Welcome. That's right. This is huge for me. This is like the first intercontinental interview on this channel, to my knowledge. Intercontinental. That's facts, though, right? You're not on the same.
Talk.
It's not the same continent here, yo. So MX, it is wonderful to fucking have you here for real. This guy does the Twitches and the musics and is just in general such a positive person to interact with. Look at that smile. Like, we barely got started. He's already busting out the fucking smile. And like, welcome to Bridge the Gap. My name is Holden Stephan Roy, and the truth is, our goal on this show is to walk through the lives of interesting people such as yourself and learn your story. And through your story, extract knowledge nuggets and all enhance the overallness of our experiences. So with that, can you just let the people know where you're from?
Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is MX. Well, my name is Mvelo,
Muvelo.
which is Zulu, Mvelo. Already extracting that knowledge. Okay, but I am MX. I'm a 30-year-old hip-hop musician, creative rapper. No, not rapper, musician, artist. That's what I do myself. I'm from South Africa in a city called Durban.
Yo, that's so cool. I'm not really sure where Durban is. I'm gonna have to Google that on a map after. I'm not even gonna lie. But just the fact that you all the way in South Africa has me mad excited, because I'm in Montreal, Quebec. Shout out Foz TV with the follow. But like, I'm in Montreal, and the one thing I can tell you about growing up here and having done a teensy bit of traveling is we don't know shit about places that ain't where we at. So being able to walk through your experiences is just gonna be like a completely different perspective, I believe, than everyone else we've talked to, which has me mad excited. On that note, I have.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
Oh, thank you for coming through, man. Honestly, it's a pleasure. Like, intercontinent, that's so cool.
Bro, it's crazy. Would you have thought like 10 years ago that this was possible? I don't know, bro.
Nah, not even. I'm in the same boat you're in. I'm like, man, this guy, like, around the worlds and stuff, like. And yo, it's just as easy as a Zoom call. And and Twitch made that really a lot more possible, I think. I mean, YouTube, yes, but Twitch really, I think, did a lot for the connecting. But I do like to start this off with a bit of a token first question. It's a little bit of a story. And when the story lands, you can kind of take it in whatever direction. And I'm fucking excited for that. And it starts with my girlfriend, and she's like washing the dishes. And she's got her phone out, and she's playing that Black Eyed Peas song, the, I got a feeling, ooh. She's vibing, she's dancing. Yeah, it's just everywhere. I knew that would work, because that song is everywhere in the world. So she's vibing, she's dancing, she's doing her thing. And I'm looking at her, and we're talking like late 2020, and I'm like, yo, when did this become chores music, right? Like chores music, because that's what's happening here. It's chores times, and then it's like exercise music, and it's this music for like these times when you're like kind of bored doing some shit and you want to feel like you're in a much better vibe. Why? Because I can remember like 10 years ago, we was up in the clubs and shit, and that was the highlight of the night song, and everybody would be dancing in circles, so it's the good memory song. And so I'm sitting there going, no shit. So 10 years ago, this is our like drinking anthem. And 10 years later, this is the chores exercise music anthem. And I'm like, that's so nifty how the song didn't actually change in any way, but its role in our life evolved from being this party vibe to this I wish I was partying vibe. And that got me thinking about the Cardi B's and all the club music of today, and how these 20-year-olds have no idea this is their chores music one day. They just don't know what's coming, right? It's the facts of the situation. But then, as I said this more, I realized, yo, all them people that do the chores stuff, they're all already listening to Cardi B. It's just that club music is chores music depending on where you at in life. And I'm like, right? Like, that's huge, right?
Big facts.
So that got me thinking about just how the journeys and evolutions of music, and how like really as our stories evolve, everything kind of changes over time as well as everything else. And when we talk about our musical journeys as musicians, often we start in that adolescent era. Why? Because we start to form our identities. We remember attaching ourselves to things, but that's not the start of the story, right? Like, if you really think about it, music's been around since forever, which means from when you come out the womb, music's already in the equation of the situation. Now, maybe we all have different amounts of influence. It's around in different degrees. Like I can remember being like 4 or 5 years old, and my dad's got these gray boxes, right? There's an amplifier and a tape deck and a radio and the next thing and everything, and these wires going everywhere to the speakers, and boom, boom, boom. He'd be playing these Led Zeppelin tapes, and at nighttime it was the 90s club music straight from the clubs of Montreal. And at Christmas time, and it was only this one day a year, it would be these EDM remixes of Christmas bangers, and we'd do that while presents were getting opened and shit, whatever. My mom's like discos and musicals and all this stuff just kind of like culminated into this like early experiences of my musical foundation that would later go on to impact me right to this day. So with that, in order to tell your story properly, I hope you can bring us back to the youngest, I don't know how to say, Mvelo MX you can remember being, and walk us through what it sounded like to be you before you had any control over the music.
Man, bro, that was beautifully said. Like I could vision myself there with you, with your dad's hi-fi. And the first thing that I was thinking, and this is, I suppose, the beauty of this, I'm like, man, you had it good growing up, bro. Like obviously not in a bad way.
No, but say that shit. We don't know.
Yeah, not in a bad way. And I want people to understand, like, me doing this.
My perspective, we grew up bad. So it's like to hear that is crazy, right?
Yeah. So, okay, bro, just to like kind of me doing this is an anomaly. Like, I'm sure there's not much black South African guys on Twitch. And I hope that, you know, like we can use this one day to tell the story. I'm a person who's very sentimental when it comes to things like this. So thank you so much for having me here. And to your question of my first memory of MX, sonically, bro, like South Africa is very interesting, right? So like I grew up around Kwaito music. Kwaito music is basically a genre that's mid-tempo house that has chanting in it with phrases that are said in vernacular Nguni languages. It could be in Sotho, it could be in Zulu, it could be in Xhosa. We've got 11 official languages in South Africa, just by the way. 11, yeah, and our flag has got 7 colors. It's interesting. So sonically speaking, growing up, we did have that South African identity, and house music was also very prevalent. But in my household, my dad was very musical in the sense that if you were black in the 90s, remember this is apartheid got abolished or finished in 1994. So I was born in 91. Yeah, I was born in 91. So that would make me the first generation to experience the new world era, like going to school with white people. But I mean, the effects of apartheid, which is basically segregation, like we're not going to talk about that, but growing up in that world, all the music that we had was either American like soul and R&B, like the Motown musics, the Isley Brothers, soul music, you know, your just off the top, your Al Greens. We are very soulful, strong, powerful music. Juxtapose that with Kwaito, and then somehow hip hop. Hip hop was the exciting thing that caught my attention when I was 5 or 6 years old.
Ooh.
And it was the song Tupac Do for Love. I will never forget that morning. It was probably, I was probably 7 then. Yeah, but I was watching this music video, going to school. So just imagine this, like, I don't know white people like that and Indians, and it's the first time. So I'm getting ready for school, and we'd wake up at like 5 in the morning to get ready for the bus that will take us to school, obviously. And this music video came on, and I just watched this animation of Tupac's Do for Love. That's one of the greatest videos ever done. And that hypnotic melody and that cadence of his. And I was just like, I don't know what the hell this is, but I'm so in love. And that's basically my first memory of like hip hop and rap.
But even before hip hop, you were saying that your dad was involved in music. Because, like, to me, the question is bigger than just hip hop. Like, for a lot of people I've talked to, it's like hip hop wasn't even invented until later on in their life.
No.
So, in my opinion, like this question is bigger than that because the story of you is more than just the story of the relationship of you and hip hop. So you're describing this other musical genre, and you're code switching languages like fucking clean, like some polyglot motherfucker over here. And I'm like, damn.
Really? I didn't even notice that.
No, but you were doing this shit in your verses where you're just switching languages, and I'm like,
oh yes.
and I'm like sitting there listening to that, and I'm going, yo, if we can only rap in one language. And these guys can rap in more than one language. And we're talking like raw skill. Who's actually more impressive here? The guy who can rap in like one language or the guy who can rap in... I mean, to me, it's just like maths, right? If you can do it in more than one language and you're nice with it, that's probably just more impressive than one language and being nice with it. Probably.
Yeah. No, big facts, bro. And yeah, maybe I just went straight to the hip hop bag, but absolutely right, man. Like, as I said, we have genres that aren't out there. So it's like Maskandi, Bakang. We got like all these various types of music. And as I said, like me doing this is an anomaly. It's quite strange. It's like, who's this guy? Like from South Africa. And I come from a province. Durban is in a province called KwaZulu-Natal, which is basically named after Shaka Zulu. So it's basically, we're the predecessors of him. Like that lineage of those warriors. Tribalism is a very big thing over here. But with that being said, the English also came through, colonized, and the Dutch also came through, which is why South Africa is such a diverse, versatile, interesting, untold stories over here. So in terms of me doing my thing in a native language, or isiZulu, it's because I just grew up like that. And I was one of the lucky ones. When I say this, I mean, like a lot of my family is still in poverty. A lot of my relatives are still in poverty. And, you know, I was just blessed enough to be given this opportunity to have a voice. And sometimes I do tell their stories because my music is generally like inspirational. And I try to put a lot of positivity in it because, yeah, shit is bad.
Nah, I hear that. But what was your dad doing with music? Because I believe you said he was involved in music in some way, making it more than just music was around in the culture.
No. Okay, this is going to be funny. And shout out to you, Isma, bro. Like, I just want to like give you your flowers and thank you very much for linking me with Behind the Suit. But my dad was kind of like an Isma, in the sense that he wasn't sonically gifted, but he always had the latest cassettes. He always had the latest vinyls. He had a vinyl player and he would literally collect that stuff. That's why I was saying what you were experiencing as a adolescent, I experienced it just maybe on a different level. My dad's background is like in the police and the army and that kind of vibe, but he really, really loved music. It was like more than a hobby to him because he'd always just be playing these weird different sounds we've never heard. And he always invested in like, in his cars that he always had a loud sound system. And down the homes that we've lived in, sound system was number one. So that's how I kind of got to experience the different types of sounds and genres, even within music. But then just to your point of saying the native language and how I seamlessly change it, growing up, it's like, my true home is in the rural outskirts, right? That's what I mean when I say I'm the lucky one. Like I'm in the suburbs now, and I grew up predominantly in the suburbs, schooling in the suburbs, but my ancestral home is in the rural outskirts. So with that being said, we always have ceremonies, and our aunts and grands, they sing and they also craft. So when I emphasize certain phrases in the native language, it's just because it's what I know. And then it gets very interesting when you start playing with language and you're looking at enunciation and syllables and coming up with different sounds and techniques. That's when it gets fun. But yeah, man, I went on a tangent.
No, that's the whole show is that. This is the show. This is it, we just tangent.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, I realized right quick I'm never going to be able to research anybody. Like, good luck. Like, Google people. Actually, Google people. For all the people that say Google shit, go try it. It is the hardest experience in life, and it's a bunch of hearsay without a lot of facts. Even when you get on the juicy shit like a scribble jam. What's true in the forum boards of opinions? I don't know. You try to tell me that 14 years ago, those guys were the fact bearers. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's a weird situation. So instead of even trying, I'm just like, fuck it, let's go through your life from the jump. Whatever's interesting, we'll get it out of you. So
No,
like,
I feel you, bro.
so when you were like super, super young and you were running this, were you invested in music before 7, or was it just like around you? And if not, what were you up to at that age? Like, what's it like to be like 5, 6 years old, running around doing your thing out there? Because man, it's got to be a completely different existence than us. But again, it ties into who you are and the music you make now, so it's mad relevant to your journey.
Yeah, no, dude. To be quite honest, man, like as I keep saying, bro, I sometimes can't believe I have the opportunity to be given a voice because as you notice, I'm not really like a what's the word? I'm not a premium South African act, meaning that everything that you see from me over these years has been independently done. Um, so being 5'6", my story is quite different. You know, like I grew up in a nomadic type of lifestyle. My parents always made sure that wherever they went, wherever their careers took them, they took me and my older sister. So I've lived in Johannesburg and I've lived in Cape Town and Durban. So I grew up going to 7 different schools. So we were always moving suburbs, but then the ancestral home I was telling you about was always one. So I grew up moving around, traveling a lot. So I got to experience a lot of different cultures. And, you know, like I got used to being the new kid at school. It got to a point where I didn't really care um, about making friends where I was not invested. And I suppose that that's why I love hip hop and I'm such a connoisseur to it because these guys became my friends, the people I listen to. And Kwaito, throughout me growing up, was also still very, very prevalent in South Africa because the South African identity when it came to music was Amapansola, which is basically means the dancers of the townships. And that was always like just very familiar to the music because of what my dad was playing. Keeps going back to my
Yo, is it?
dad.
You're saying it's like a dance centric music. So I met, I don't, because
Yes.
I asked that because I met by fucking random coincidence. I'm at this thing where I did an interview, and one of the top artists of Cote d'Ivoire walks in, and I'm like, what? You know, because that's random shit to me. I checked him out. He actually was the guy, and I'm like, wow, you have like followings and shit. And he did a performance, and bro, he did not necessarily vocally come out this shape, but I could not do what the fuck he did with regard to the pounding and the dancing on perfect beat and shit. And it was just like this whole vibe. And bro, it wasn't necessarily like the greatest rap, but that was
Yes.
one hell of a performance that I saw what the music was like that. So that's kind of like, I guess why I'm asking it is it more like in the vein of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, like South African people love to dance. Like it's in I think it comes from we all know the percussions and bongo Afrocentric type of influence sound. So in South Africa, especially in Durban, there's even a genre called Durban Kwaito music. And like on my project IMX, which is from 2015, I dibbled and dabbled in that Kwaito sound. But then what's very important in like kind of knowing who you are and what you're trying to do is knowing what you're good at and what you prefer because most of that material is just enjoyed in the clubs in bashes and street parties and that type of thing. And as much as I know that, I don't live for that. But in terms of dance and moving, that shit's in our blood, bro. Like I can tell you, even the dopest rapper from South Africa knows how to, you know, get jiggy. Well,
That's pretty incredible, and it's funny to me that you say that because I know a ton of rappers that personally can't dance. I'm like decided a couple of years ago I'm gonna learn how to dance, and now I can dance like a dad. I don't know how else to put it. I got my dad shit on. I'm not a dad, but that's where my game's at. But
yeah,
that's so nifty to me how like powerful it is because like as hip hop and the entire world does get more globalized, people are just going to start cherry picking their favorite parts of every culture and kind of blend it together into this thing. And if people start fucking going, rappers got to dance now. That's literally going to be a thing that every rapper's going to have to learn how to do, or else they can't compete in the global market no more.
yeah. Well, I suppose those are the parallels that we see through the our influences America. Because, okay, growing up, I don't care who says what in South Africa. because of the Western and English influence, America was shoved down our throat, bro. The brands, the lifestyle, we all wanted to be Americans. A black American was the coolest thing ever. The cap, like there's no running away. So I think that's kind of, this is to the dance part of it, that there's that parallel of, okay, yeah, there's those weird new era dances for it on TikTok, but then literally in South Africa, like growing up, dance was just always a part of it. And Kwaito, maybe I'm downplaying it, is multifaceted. It's a multifaceted subgenre with more different genres within it. So you get more dance-centric type stuff. You get more not it's almost like streets lingo type of Kwaito. You get a conscious type of Kwaito, which is what I'm more influenced by, like Ukabelo, who's from TKZ. TKZ is one of the greatest South African music groups to ever come out of South Africa. TKZ. So it's all quite interesting because it's all about finding your identity. And for the longest of times, because of advertising and marketing and programming and history and influence and all this shit, we were trying to find an identity by trying to keep up with the world. But I'm part of that generation that kind of is trying to own, we know the history, we know what's happened, we don't want to stay behind and have a deep resentment. We want to create something new and create something positive, you know?
Yeah, I can relate heavy to that. I think Montreal's struggling heavy to find an identity, especially if you're an English Montreal person. And a lot of people try to find their identity via American trends because, honestly, to be Canadian means to be slightly left of the USA. I haven't found a better definition of what Canadian means. Like, take the States. If we're a little bit left of it, that's Canadian. Like, I mean, what else does it mean? I've really thought long and hard on this topic.
But you guys are talented there, bro. Canada goes crazy, bro.
Yeah, but I wish we went crazy and repped ourselves a lot more, you know, like in terms of like, you know, like I don't know how else to put it. I'm not saying it's like inherently that. Like I think it's a lot of budding things, but it's new. It's not like it was like this forever and ever. It's more like the internet and Drake has allowed us to like I mean, say what you want. Without Drake, Canadian music wasn't legitimized around the world. Drake, I mean, how do you ignore it? If the top guy in the world is a fucking Canadian, you kind of have to look at the country a little bit different. But prior to him, yes. Bro, what do we have? Celine Dion? Simple Plan?
Justin Bieber?
You know what I'm saying? Like, then Drake comes through and just dominates Billboard and sets records that are like Michael Jackson level. And you're like, oh shit, that guy's from Toronto. Shut out Drake. I'm Team Drake now. I don't even care if I like his music or not. It doesn't matter.
I feel you. I feel. But Drake is yeah, man. That guy's a master, bro.
Facts. And I actually do like his music now.
Man, like, yeah, bro. Like it's like he's so big and his impact is so widespread. And what makes him so iconic is his versatility, man. Like, what an incredible icon, bro.
I think that's what Canadians do well. We're not good at having our own culture, so we just know how to be versatile. Because every Canadian that I know in the music game is pretty versatile. They like what they like, and certain people may have more styles or not, but yo, we kind of just do everything in the sense of like, yo, in Montreal, I don't really know that many people as like fans and shit that like one genre of music. Everybody brags about go through my playlist, it's fucking everything. So it's like that's been my entire experience is a bunch of people who like all kinds of music. So like as an artist, it's kind of like, yo, if you're busy listening to Foo Fighters, you're gonna inevitably try singing some Foo Fighters, you know? Like it just kicks in. You might not be good at it, but you're gonna do it.
Big facts. Big facts.
And I think it kind of is like that. Like, I don't know what the fuck Quebec English Montreal culture is. The fuck does that mean? I don't know. Nobody has answers to these questions yet. So when you're describing what you're describing, I'm like, yo, that's actually more relatable than I thought it would be. Yeah, the poverty levels ain't the same, and I'm not trying to create too many like comparisons like that. But like at a cultural identity level, sure, yes. We should be listening to MX and his words.
Yeah, bro, and just to like kind of shine light to it, bro. I don't want you guys to think I'm recording this from a hut, you know what I mean, or from a mud house, because it's not like that, guys. And I'll be lying if I had to act like you know, it's fucking Gaza Strip, and I could get my throat slit if I walk outside. Like I'm in the leafy suburbs of Westport. But with that being said, as a South African, you always live with that paranoia of anything can happen at any given moment, because the poverty and the line between really poor and really rich is very thin, and you can get caught up in any kind of moment. You could be just driving like 5 minutes away and it's a completely different story. But I guess these are universal themes.
Yeah, I definitely think it's more transparent in some places than others, but I mean, in America, they called it redlining. And basically, it's the same thing, only less pronounced. But no, I appreciate all of that. So, like, I appreciate everything you're saying. Like, to me, I don't know a lot about South Africa except what media headlines tell me. And while I don't think it was Huts,
Oh
I
my God.
definitely thought it was racist. That's about the only thing I
Well,
can think of. Like, is that's the only thing you hear of is there's like racial conflicts, and I don't want to like focus too much on that, but that is the only
no, no.
that and Die Antwoord, which I'm not the
Die
biggest fan.
Antwoord.
That's it. Like them, they're that's South
Oh
Africa
my God,
from,
bro.
and I
No ways, bro. Are
who
you for real?
who else comes here? Die Antwoord tours in Montreal. They're the only South African music group I've like really heard of outside of like you.
Well, okay, well, hopefully, and like I'm saying hopefully because I, I I've only been doing Twitch seriously for like 3 or 4 months, right? But somehow the pioneer in me registered an account in 2012. Lord knows why. But hopefully I can introduce to you guys like some of the acts that I think are dope, that represents different facets that are beyond just the Antwoord and the MX. There's a lot of like dance inspired stuff. There's a lot of Kwaito
Right.
stuff. There's a lot of, and when I say hopefully we can, it's not like Spotify suggesting it to you, but I literally curate the sounds of, because there's a lot of similarities. Like even when I was watching you create with the EDM influence and then with the rapping, there's also that. But what kind of happens over here is the game is monopolized, meaning a behind the suits in Montreal will just go to Spotify, and Spotify will show what algorithms show, which is based on what record labels are pushing monies behind. So,
It's
yeah.
not that I can't comment too much on that one because it would get me in trouble with my peers.
No, but you know what I mean. And people
I
need
think
to
that's
understand.
universal, my guy. I don't think there's a place that doesn't have that except for the one, two places that don't do it that we all are jealous of.
Mm, well, this is to the point that when I introduce some of these acts to you, you're going to be on some, how is this not known? You know what I mean? Because for one, I know I may not have the best flow. I may not have the most best amounts of Zulu. I may not have the best production, but there's definitely elements of stuff that you like in my music. There's definitely a lot more of it where I'm from.
Mm.
But as you're saying, you only know the Antwoord and racism, and most people, that's kind of their perception.
And I'm not even trying to make it sound like that because like like entirely I'm certain there are people who have looked deeper in it, but bro, if I'm talking like media, like being mad honest about how deep I've gone, I'm not like outside of apartheid, like what have I really googled there? And then Die Antwoord just like appeared when I was at that place where I felt like Hobson was the coolest and fast raps the dopest
Mm,
shit ever, and then they were making like rave music. And honestly,
mm.
at that time, I discovered MDMA and raves, and like I remember distinctly sitting on the metro, high on Molly, listening to Die Antwoord, because like that was an experience I wanted to have, kind of thing. And do I think they're the best? No, I learned a lot about them. I learned apparently they jacked their entire sound from young people, and there's like a lot of questionable
There we
things.
go.
A
Now
lot,
we're talking.
a lot of
Hey,
question. No, but like,
while I got you,
but like,
while I got you, oh my gosh, no problem. You can go.
no, I'm saying, but that's what happened when I really looked into it. And then like they did that shit with that girl that like nobody talks about. I'm like, I can't even listen to their music no more. Like I really don't.
Mm.
The only thing I can say is they got me comfortable listening to shit like Zulu. Like they really did
Hey,
get me comfortable with it because they were unapologetic about incorporating that into all of their albums. And I do think when I was listening to your music, I was like, yo, this is more familiar than I thought it would be because of them. But no, from what I
It's
understood, they jacked their sound from a bunch of kids that they were like stole it from, and have basically been the definition of culture vultures as far as a lot of people. That's what I understand. I can't say that as hard facts. I just know that that's why I don't fuck with them anymore.
Man, you're really good at what you do then, because it's not supposed. It's more to say that there is more. Everything is inspired by something. More to say, while they are living their truth and they doing it creatively and through their arts, and they do it at a very great level. There's a lot of perhaps people they may have borrowed a style or sound from that they further developed. I'm just trying to say that Die Antwoord, as huge as they are, most of their audience is outside of South Africa. I've got like friends and peers who also just like are known in Europe, for instance, or Germany, or vice versa. It's kind of different when you're talking strictly South African, as in something that caters for a wider audience. It's you start tapping into different sounds and different types of genres. But what I was saying with the Antwoord, I would like to just use the platform to say you should check out a guy named Spook Matambo, and also check out Bougie Panzola. Yeah, just check those people out, because it's that alternative, high tempo, synth heavy with really dope vocals. I think that you'd dig some of the stuff.
I probably would. And again, it's not like disrespect. It's actually more the girl allegation shit that makes me feel really questionable about them. Y'all can go look into that. It's some like Australian chick made a whole diss song at them, and then a few other things came out, and I'm like, bro, Ninja, you didn't handle this right at all. So it's a little weird now because they still never talked about it. They just put out the next album, and it was weird, and I'm like, it's not how you handle that shit, in my little opinion. Actually, yeah. Can you spell out the names of the people you just recommended?
Oh, Spook Matambo. So it's Spoek and then space Matambo, which is Mathambo. I really think you'll dig him. He's a legend in South Africa.
Yeah, no, I would never would have guessed that spelling, my guy. I never would have guessed
Yeah.
that.
No. And it's all love, man. Like I wouldn't know how to spell Japanese. You know what I mean?
And yeah, I just wanted to like clarify that for the people out there. I think I'm just trying to talk shit about the Antwoord. I'm like, nah, it's not it. It's just I was like a fan, and then I realized, there's probably a lot more to South Africa than that, and I don't know anything about it. And actually, I was really enjoying your music videos and the style and the way that y'all do your shit. Like, I really fucked with your sound a lot. Actually, I feel like it was just raw and dope.
I appreciate that, man. And man, like like most of the stuff on the channel is obviously self done and all that stuff. So in terms of a consistency and all that stuff, as I said, I come from, we're trying to get it by ourselves. So we use our phones as cameras, or use cameras, or we lend, or you know what I mean? So we just get it out the gutter like that. And I know that in terms of my journey, I think what makes me maybe different is I've kind of found a way to operate and have a job, but still use the little bit that I get to invest in my talent. And that's what's got me over here right now. So yeah, bro.
All right, so let's run it back to your 7, because technically that's when you got caught up. Yo, I'm good at this. Don't worry. We're following the main plot and then any of the curiosities at the same time. So you're like 7 and you hear the Tupac song, and all of a sudden you're like, yo, what's this? That's what I understood happened.
No, exactly. But that was more a moment where I fell in love with hip hop.
Right.
When I'm 6'7", the only thing I'm really hearing is Tebe, which is spelled Thebe. He's a legend, a Kwaito legend, but it's more dance. It's like house. So it's Tebe, Boom Shaka, TKZ. These are guys that superseded just like a specific genre that made South African feel good music, that was family friendly, but still streets and edgy. So I'd like to attribute a lot of my influences to artists like that from South Africa,
That's really cool, though. I guess I was trying to like bring it back to that to move it more in your life. So you're like 7, and then you discover hip hop. Does this invoke in you a curiosity to start hip hopping, or are you just more of a fan of the music at this time?
Okay, well, like in my age and era, the thing to do, if like your Lord knows that, if you, I'm just even trying to think how I got my first CD, but you would literally take a CD and you'll take an exam pad and you would try write out the lyrics. So when you get to school, you can perform it like for a talent show or show someone that you really know the lyrics really well. That was kind of like how you flex. So in terms of
Say a
just
word.
actual, hey,
Yo, you're the second person to tell me that, but that's so cool. So you would just like that would be the thing to do as young ones, and you would just like
yeah,
write out the lyrics by hand because I guess there's no internet at this time. I don't really have any idea
yeah.
what the internet situation in South Africa is like. So just
Oh my, well, there's not much South Africans. We got some of the highest tariffs in the world. Yeah, man, man, I should stop talking too much. But yeah, man, we need to do something about internet in South Africa.
I mean, you say you shouldn't talk too much. I think people need relative perspective of how good their lives may be sometimes.
Mm.
You know.
Well, yeah, yeah. With that being said, as I'm saying, bro, like I don't want to give the perception of it's all good, but I'd be lying if I say it's all horrible. It's like I don't know if there's any South Africans in the comments. Like I've asked some people to join, but like we experienced a thing called load shedding, which we've had for like the last 12, 15 years. It started after the second recession in 2008, where they start cutting off power for certain amounts of hours every day. Um, so certain sections are still deep in poverty, like no water, no clean water. It's very corrupt. Um, yeah, man, and we have a thing called tenders, bro. It's all very interesting and heavily political.
If
But I
it
shouldn't talk too much.
No, but
Hey,
if it counts, like Canada might sound wonderful, but like we have our poverty ridden areas when we deal with our indigenous people and how shit their circumstances are. So sometimes
yeah,
it's just being real with it. Like I don't think everyone watching this is gonna just assume that South Africa is like some ass backwards place that's terrible, because like
mm,
I feel like at this point you can just go Google Maps the shit and see what it looks like. That's like a
mm,
facts of the situation. Plus,
yeah,
like
no,
y'all have some like it's as you said, it's like you clearly are trying to just showcase that there are positive but realistic aspects to it, which is the place everywhere. Like America's got parts that look like the third world and parts that look like the first world. It's fucking weird, but like it's just the
yeah,
facts of how a lot of places end up being. So it is what it is. I was just like in terms of lyric writing, if you doing that
mm,
today, you just go to Genius, you get your lyrics,
mm,
boom, done.
mm,
And over here, depending on when you're born, some people like I didn't have real access to computers until I was a teenager, right? Like so, like
mm.
when I'm young, it doesn't exist, and then I get older and stuff. So really, it's more for so y'all have no fucking internet, and you have to actually take these CDs, write out these lyrics, then go to school and fucking perform them for people. That was like the thing to
Well,
do.
yeah, that was the thing to do because, man, like, come on, man, we're taking it back now, 7, 8, I'm 30 years old. This is 22 years ago. This is when, if you had a poster of someone, you want to invite a friend over and show them, like, yo, we've got the poster like that. Like, I'm on some, I was the only guy who could burn CDs because I was the only guy in a big radius who had access to a computer and can make original music when it came. So we coming from that kind of era where access to resources wasn't that much accessible, so to speak, for the great majority. Hence why I keep going to say, hey, man, I'm just blessed I can do this and have the opportunity to stand as the person I am, you know what I mean? And I stand on the shoulders of giants who made it possible for it to happen. You know, like I'd be lying if I say we had it good and it was easy, bro. It's kind of crazy, man. But I mean, we're just touching the surface with it. But yeah, like radio is a very big programmer of music to this very day because of the access to internet and how expensive data is. Radio is still a very big part of it, and we have nationwide stations like under the SABC, which is the South African Broadcast Community, I think, or corporation, my bad, and they basically control everything, like what they play on TV, what you hear on radio. But yeah, man, it's quite interesting.
Yo, it is mad interesting. I mean, like, just the idea of the data access being something that's gated and preventing people from being able to live your life. I can appreciate how you're sitting here going, yo, it's a big blessing I'm here doing this. Like, yo, people can't actually come do this. Yo, that's like, that's huge. That doesn't mean anything
Well,
else beyond that. It's just, it's amazing that you have that humility, that you're able to show the appreciation for the circumstances.
yeah, bro, it's like I'm saying, bro, it's not on some flexing shit like you would expect a white guy from South Africa to Twitch and game. It's not like something that's very common, but then we walk in grounds and territories that we don't know. Like I've always had this I'm curious type shit, you know, like trying to connect via WAP, going to my mom. My mom was a secretary for a long time. So she had a computer and trying to figure out these buttons and, oh shit, this is internet. Oh fuck, there's lyrics. So I've always just been interested in the space, but it's not really that common. And it's not that data is suppressed or it's not available. It's just so expensive to maintain. For instance, you have to buy a certain amount that lasts you a specific amount of time. That's what I'm trying to say. And we know how important it is to access shit, bro. Like we learn so much off the internet. So if you're charging someone and it expires after a certain amount of time, it's just fucked up because it's hard to earn the money to get that shit, you know?
Yeah, so basically you have to buy too much internet and then they make it expire before you use it all. So they just do it like a big old fuck. Yo, I feel that, man. Our cell companies in Canada are pretty trash. We have one of the worst cell rates. So it's like, yeah, I feel you. They do some funny shit. Like, yo, you pay to like lock into this contract where you upgrade your phone. It takes 2 years to pay your phone off. And so I was like, okay, cool. I guess that $8 or whatever a month I put to my phone, and I don't know, it's about like 15 or some shit, that's gone, right? They're like, no, you keep paying that. And I'm like, but there's no phone anymore to pay for. They're like, but you're on the contract, that's what you pay. I'm like, but wait, so wait, it's just that's it? And then they're like, yeah, or you can upgrade to a new phone. And I'm like, oh
Mm.
fuck me. And then you're sitting there going, well, I'm just gonna throw this money away, so you upgrade to the new phone. And I'm like, that's a trap, man. Like, that's the shit that
It's,
people
it's,
do.
it's a definite trap, bro. And it's a vicious cycle because you can't live with it, but you can't live without it. No, you can't live without it. It's a necessary need that you need to communicate and do your thing, bro.
Yeah, so I feel that complication. So, when you're like going through like when do you start to like develop a bit of an interest in like pursuing music? Is that something you had when you were young, or were you just kind of running through life doing things?
No, I won't lie, bro. For the longest of times, especially my younger years, I just felt like I was floating, bro, just going with the flow. Because as I said, I was always experiencing a new environment.
Right.
I went to 7 different schools. So imagine living in 3 different parts of Canada throughout your high school career. And the only familiarity was the music and where you're from. So it was more about music. I just started developing an interest in poetry because it was so expressive. Whether it was on radio, there were some stations that play early in the morning, or I'm just trying to think of the earliest artists, but it was more like into high school when I started tapping into those bags. And it was through like Immortal Technique, Common, and just meeting other interesting individuals like me who maybe their older cousin had access to something I didn't know about. You know what I mean? Where it's still quite taboo. Like Immortal Technique back then, you couldn't listen to that shit with your mom around or like, what is this? This is devil music. That's what they thought rap is most of the time, you know?
Wow.
So,
Immortal Technique is devil music. Oh, I guess with
yeah,
Dance with the Devil doesn't help
yeah,
anyone's case, right?
hey, bro, that was, that was my shit though. And Obnoxious and all those tracks. So, you know how susceptible we are when we like 15, 16. That's when we fall in love for real. So Talib Kweli and Common and these types of guys, they really, but then, you know, after just listening to the music and school and talent shows, you start to wonder like, how does shit fit outside of me? Like, is this hip hop shit for real? And I was blessed enough to attend something called Life Check, which basically happened at Bat Center in Durban, Bat Center. And it's just basically a home for craft artists who paint, who make ceramics, arts and craft type of stuff. And then they used to have hip hop shows there. So when I found out there's a thing called hip hop check, guys were break dancing. There's more rappers. There's guys from the township. There's guys from the rural. There's guys from the city, and everyone is congregating for an open mic opportunity. That's when I just started meeting interesting characters and all these different types of people who've influenced me to be the way I am. And there was a lot of battle rap, funny enough, but it was just more like, it wasn't like with structured as battle rap. It was just more about, we dissing you because you look funny, you know?
Yo, that is exactly what a lot of the grassroots battle rap was, from what I've heard talking to battle rappers. Yo, we would just, that's all you had. You'd walk in and you'd have to look at the dude and that's all you'd know about him. So you're going to diss him because he looks funny. Or like whatever other things, because what else do you know about this random guy that you just met 4 minutes ago that apparently is nicer than you, and you got to check him.
Exactly. And that's how you became friends, because like I know that's how I started making friends with some of these rappers. Is you get to a point where you have to let go of everything and actually stand for yourself. Like, hey man, I'm wearing a cap backwards and this. Like it's that Eminem B rabbit type thing, but in real life. And what makes it interesting over here is that maybe a guy will rap in Xhosa or in Sotho or whatever it is. So it's almost that it's an old school way of thinking, but once you fight with someone, it's easier to become friends. And that's kind of like the ethos and way of Durban rap and hip hop.
Yeah. Your lady friend Bonnie just had a question, and then I'm going to throw in another question since I was supposed to ask it and forgot. But what is the predominant religion there, since everyone's scared of the devil?
No, man, no one is scared of the devil, guys. This is, you see, I don't want to put up the wrong narratives, guys.
Nah.
You don't understand.
No,
you don't understand.
Sometimes people are just a little creative in their questions.
No, I'm with it. I'm just also saying maybe I'm not talking. All the views expressed over here are just MX.
Everybody knows that, my guy. Nobody thinks you speak for the whole of the country, nor are you the guy. Everybody knows.
Well, you say that, but I do have South Africa on my thing. So yeah.
But I take that as like, to be fair, I have 514 on my thing, which is Montreal. So I'm literally doing the same thing as you, and nobody thinks I speak for the city. I promise.
Okay. No, okay. No, it's cool to just be clear on that. No, man, it's not that. Okay, the predominant religion. It's very hard to say because, as I'm saying, guys, like when you go to Joburg, which is 600 kilometers away, you get the Sotho people, and then you get the Pedi. It's predominantly Christianity, but different types. So it could be Methodist, it could be Catholic. But with that being said, that's a specific percentage. Let's say maybe 65% of the population. You still get other cultural types of religious institutions, such as Shembe, who basically, it's more cultural type based religion that's intertwined and linked with their religion and culture. You know what I mean? There's a lot of that because we also have a high concentration amount of Indian people as well in KZN. So when people really be emphasizing and talking a lot about the variety of South Africa and the subcultures, it's not like just for fun. It's like there's Chinese people. Yeah, there's Chinese. What makes shit interesting is that the black people, my people, are predominant or in charge. They are the government. They have the majority of things. So it's quite interesting. But yeah, man, no one is scared of the devil. You guys know it as voodoo. That shit's real over here, whether you believe it or not. Like there's some spots you can go to and see it with your own eyes. We just live in a very interesting place.
That's fucking cool. I'm not like, again, I don't know if I believe in voodoo with the term voodoo, but I do believe in ethereal forces and that some people are more in touch with them than others.
Okay, wait, can I pose a question then?
Yeah, sure.
You said you in touch with what? What is it called?
I said people. I didn't say myself, but I believe people are in touch with ethereal forces.
Yeah, ethereal is what? Is a
let me Google the definition. I don't want to fuck that up.
No, there's no pressure. It's more
It,
about
um, having okay, extremely delicate and light in a way that seems too perfect for this world. So
okay.
like I almost take it in like an esoteric kind of way where it's like out
Yes.
there, but
Yes.
also tapping into like the divine perfection of like the world. Like if you think the Final Fantasy VII is Gaia,
Mm,
and I think that's what they tried to do. It. I know it's whatever, but I think that's what they were trying to do with that game in a sense. Like the Gaia essence, it's kind of like the reincarnations, but like when you look at the global nature of how religions tap into this universality of something. And I just met too many people who talk about shit like energies, and they seem to know weird shit, right? Like at first I'm like, yo, that's mad fucking goofy. Um,
mm,
yeah, out of this world. That's a good way to put ethereal. So out of this world energies, right? So it's like
mm,
almost like this other plane of existence that like whatever. So I believe that there are people who can tap into that shit, and it gives them some
mm.
kind of specialness that they can whatever. I don't know. Too many cultures
No,
have
no, no,
something like
no.
that. Too many people I've
Yeah.
met care about shit like that. White people are really corny with it, but they have their own version of it too with the crystals and all that shit.
1,000%.
But like too many people say it is a thing for it to be completely impossible to be a thing, regardless to what I believe and how much stock. But I do believe there's a degree of power of suggestion where if the
Mm,
collective mass agrees that it exists, it has more power than if the collective mass is in denial of it.
mm. No, 1,000%, bro. And okay, well, yeah, man. Thanks for that. Just on ethereal forces. As we're saying, bro, we're just having conversation and sharing ideas. Like with the voodoo, for instance, voodoo is like the most Disney Mickey Mouse way to define it in my culture. And no, for real, it's yeah, there's a fictional character, so we're not attacking anyone. It's the sweetest, which is why you probably don't understand it, and you're not supposed to. Or you think of the doll. They do that like up in Congo, and like more into Africa. And I only know that because I've got friends from Congo, Mali, and all these different countries. But in South Africa, man, it's more like it's a culmination of culture, tradition, technology. It's what you're saying. It is ethereal forces because we when I say we, I mean people who interpret the culture of the Nguni. Have a specific way that we treat our ancestors. We build specific structures. We have certain ceremonies. So when I say voodoo, I'm summing it up in that because I understand most people have an inferiority complex when it comes to that concept, but it's definitely a real thing because it still is energy. It still is energy, and as you know, you can't destroy energy; you just transfer it. So whether it's through the arts, through the words and language, linguistics, it's all a prevalent thing that. Because I'm only saying, and I'm only this passionate, because I was also the one who didn't believe. And so supernatural instances and occurrences occurred in my life where it was just beyond me. And it's like, okay, I don't believe in this, I don't subscribe. But then some things are not meant to be understood by just our brains. You
Facts.
know what I mean? Some things are divine. And when you get in touch with these mediums and these different types of source of information where you're not even sure what's happening, you kind of give it a respect and a space where I don't know what this shit means, but it I don't have to believe in it, but it can affect
No, I
you.
completely hear that. Like I just like I said, like I just kept noticing things, and then over time, it's like, do I understand the shit? Fuck no. I don't even think I need to. Like that, I'm cool. Other people can tell me a bunch of shit, and I'll just pick and choose what I think is nifty and that.
Oh no, no, no.
But
Yeah,
like
yeah,
facts
yeah.
is,
Like you can believe it.
like you, if you really like allow your mind to open a little bit, you can kind of sense these energies and vibes off of people that are not like just physical. Like you can probably use
Mm,
physical references to interpret them, but there's something to people where you just know if you mesh with them or not. And in a lot of ways, people like they do it, but they don't understand it, so they're in a lot of confusion and misreading signals. But there's like so much to it
mm,
where like I can just tell like within 2 3 seconds of talking to a person, yeah, I fuck with this guy. At first I didn't
mm,
understand why, but then you start looking into how other people do it, and you're like, yo, too many people are finding peace and love in the world and serenity and shit. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be less stubborn. I want to be less angry in life. You know, like.
Mm, mm. No, I feel you, bro. Like, yeah, big facts, bro.
So how old were you, by the way, when you found the rap conference thing? I don't remember what it's
Well,
called, but that's what it
yeah,
sounded
it's
like.
called, yeah, it's Bag Center. It's Life Check.
Right.
And I must have been probably like 14, 15. Yeah,
Oh, that's
14,
dope.
15.
So it was like
Yeah,
anybody could
because
go.
yeah, anyone could go, any race. We had white, black. There's actually a dope ass guys. I'm gonna put you guys on now. His name is Ewok. Ewok. Type in Ewok and
How
then
do you
type in
spell
the
Ewok?
Ewok.
I.
He's yeah, Ewok. He's from Durban. White guy, phenomenal lyricist, very conscious. There was guys like Black Moss, who's in Vietnam now teaching English. Phenomenal. Like these are people just from my experiences. Obviously more people that I know of, but these are kind of the people that bridge the gap and made me and help guide, because like someone had to host these. So if they're like 8, 9 years older than you give them that space because they know what the fuck is up. Like they know all the producers, they know where everyone is from, and they kind of coordinate and control all this. That's yeah, like we came up, like you had to, when you grab that mic, because you come and write up your name when you want to perform, or you could be outside with the stoners and and just try freestyle and probably get your head ate off, or you could be like, I want to go spit something I wrote, and if that shit was whack, you get booed instantly. Like that's the city I'm from. We don't fuck around. Like if it gotta be fire. You gotta have the confidence, the belief in you, otherwise you get chewed up.
Yeah, can I just shout out Dularis for his contributions in the chat? Godfather of hip hop and graffiti in Durban, and he's been shouting out a bunch of shit. Also, shout out Yanala for answering there because that's fucking dope too.
Hey.
I don't know if I'm saying that right. If I'm saying it wrong, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But
No. Big love. I think that's one of my homies, Sandesh, amazing typographer from Durban. Typography. It's a type of genre that's typography based, but it's graffiti. And then
yeah, that's
Yanela is
fire.
someone.
Yo, if that
Yeah,
graffiti
dog.
dude wants to do an interview and talk that talk, man, I'm down. I'm so fascinated by graffiti as like a subculture, but it's not the legalist shit over here, so people aren't going to be so forthcoming.
Well, it's not that legal here, but I'm sure he'd love to, and I'm definitely gonna swing your details. Yeah, man. As I keep saying, bro, like, man, I got like definitely I'm gonna link you up with the guy. I'm gonna drop him a message and make it happen. But my G, like, there's so much to share, and so many different types of versions of MX that do different types of things that I feel need to get on Switch. I'm trying to get this platform to pop out here, man.
Yo, I think in a lot of ways we share a similar desire for our local communities. I'm not gonna lie. Not to say that there isn't people from Montreal on Twitch, but I would say the percentage of people is way smaller than I would prefer it to be as they go off Facebook lives and stuff. And it's like, why? Facebook gonna fuck up your live within a year, my guy. It's over there. And then like Instagram
Yeah, big
live.
facts.
Instagram has the worst
They're,
chat feature in history.
they're so short, bro. Like the longest, like they'll be like 15 or 20 minutes.
You
I
can
came on
you can
Twitch.
go an hour now. You definitely can go an hour.
Oh wow, wow. Are we on an hour? It doesn't even feel like it.
No,
But
I meant like
bro,
on Instagram, you can hit an hour at this point with a live, and I think they let you go longer, but it's still trash chat. The chat is
no, dog.
garbage.
It's super trash, especially once you experience Twitch with the emotes and the
Oh my
bits and the
gosh.
community and the love. It's like, bro, I love Twitch, bro. Like I
Music,
really,
and
really do.
we have to emphasize music Twitch. You have to like throw that word up because not all Twitch is the same Twitch, and a lot of people are just
Yeah.
used to gaming Twitch. So you say Twitch and they picture gaming Twitch, and I'm not the most comfortable in gaming Twitch. I don't understand any of the culture. It's weird to me. It's not my thing. But music Twitch has really just been all love and all fun. And I kind of think like interview podcast Twitch is it too. Like I haven't found any negativity in those communities. It just seems like it's like YouTube attracts a certain kind of people and Twitch attracts like a different kind of people, and it's fucking nifty. Plus, like kind of can't get away with saying shit. You just get banned.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And you can have moderators with it, bro. Like, I love the community, man. And as I'm saying, I'm still learning. I'm still trying to figure things out. But I must also give a shout out to, since we're talking about Ewok and Black Mass, there's a guy named Maraza MC from South Africa. He was on Twitch, and I've actually got a track with him, but we'll talk about him later. He's very poetic as well. Just like me, just a lot more older and been in the game longer. But he's on Twitch as well. His name is Maraza MC. I'll definitely link you up with him.
Yeah, you gotta spell it, man? Because the way you're saying it, it's not gonna spell like how we're used to it.
Okay, so it's Maraza.
Oh my gosh, because I'm with Ismail. SSA is what I was thinking too. I know ZA. Fuck, man. See, that's why it's
just type in Maraza, South Africa YouTube, and he'll pop up, and then you can just follow him from there. But he's incredible, man. He's really incredible. He's a deep inspiration to me, but more than that, he's more like an elder brother to me in music, because you also have to have, like, with him, I'm only saying this to say, because when people get into situations with labels and they have songs, but then they still retain a certain authenticity and they learn the business, they don't teach us a shit over here, bro. Like, there's no, this is how you make it. There's none of that shit, bro. Like, most guys who are talented enough to get a deal end up in bad situations or can't figure it out. So I just always got to shine light to the people who know the business, the creativity, and everything, you know?
Yeah, I can definitely appreciate it. And it's also just worth it to give love to the people that helped you. That's just a good thing to do in the world. So you basically start really getting into music then at like 14, 15, and you start like rapping for reals. At that point, are you like actively making songs, or is it more just like freestyles and stuff like that?
Yeah. Bro, do you remember EJ, the program?
Yes, actually. That's the second time this has happened, but believe it or not,
No.
I made beats on EJ when I was like 14 one time.
Yeah.
I'll fucking swear that's a real thing from my life.
Oh my god.
My dad bought this like box of random ass computer programs, and it was in there.
And when you look at it now, it's like, how did we... And at the time, you thought this is the best and most phenomenal thing I've ever made, correct?
Yeah, because I made it, and I could do it, and I made
exactly.
it was beautiful.
Exactly. So prior to EJ, my bro, so the story about EJ is funny because when this is grade 9, there was an Indian homie of mine. His name is Kailan Grisha. He's a fine artist today. He makes amazing paintings. Kailan Grisha. So it's Callan Grecia. Kailan Grisha. So basically, we used to have this weird extramural activity type of thing you could do after school, and it was called the Hip Hop Club. Right? This is me in the suburbs going to a fancy all boys school, and I was like, this is interesting. But now they had like graffiti, and then they had like the shitty small speakers, and you know, like they try to make it a thing where you can rap, but it was corny. But it was like, you know, it was something. It was something at the time, bro. Because you need to understand, there's no studios, there's no nothing like now. You know what I mean? So it was like pioneering, mind blowing. You guys actually want to hear what we want to say? Awesome. So I linked up with him over there, and I heard him freestyle, and I'm like, how the fuck is this guy so good? He's like my age, but he sounds like he's 19 or 20. This is like 15. And when I'm attributing good to being able to rap like Twista from Chicago.
Right.
He's doing that. And he's like this Indian dude. I'm like, bro, how the fuck is this guy so dope? Because up to then, I'm thinking I'm the shit. Because I had a shitty tape recorder that I could listen to radio to, and I bought empty tapes, and then I'd record myself, but it was pretty shitty. But I thought that was good, you know, at the time.
No, hold on. I want to just say something. in all ways of spitting it, if you are 14, 15, making songs with the shittiest technology in the world, that is good. Because I know people that don't even start doing that in their life till their mid-20s and shit on some lazy tips or whatever. So everybody that really gets their hustle on that early and finds intuitive and ingenious ways to create, like, maybe it's not your best work, but nobody's first work is their best work. And the fact is, it's still practice. It's still teaching you about recording. You're going to have to learn about peas popping in ways that I had to learn about way later on, where you just, so skills that you're developing and shit. So I just like to highlight that shit as huge successes when people do describe it, because that's really what they are.
Yeah, no, dog, I appreciate that. And more than anything, bro, I think I suffer from that, on being too hard on myself and critical. But one thing I had to learn, man, is some people could rap for 2 years and become the biggest thing. Some people could rap for 20 and still not get it. I always look at myself as a work in progress. And through doing that, I kind of get better each time. Hence the freestyling and stuff. I only really freestyle when I'm determined, like really good, when I'm motivated to, or when I'm angry, because that's what I come from. Like, someone, this is your whole family and you don't know them, you want to, like, leave your heart and soul on that. But anyway, so at the time, this guy he had different types of influences, and I was so amazed at how good he sounded. So I started hanging with him and we started going to his house, and he had the program EJ. So now I'm moving from a tape recorder shitty thing present that I got that I was embarrassed about, to, oh my God, this guy's got a Pentium 1 or 2 with EJ. Mom, Dad, I'm about to make it. Like, fucking, oh my gosh, our lives are about to change. Like, I'm about to make the hardest shit ever. So he took whatever loops, whatever drum kits that were standard, looped that, and then you had to record in the closet with a blanket over your head. So,
Bro, I've been there. I've done that.
Yeah, I've got the CD from 15, bro. Like, it's in the garage somewhere, but that you know that story, man.
I know the blanket over the head thing from Day Job Land. I had to deal with some shit where, like, I was making how-to tutorial videos and shit, and we moved into a new office, and there was literally echo everywhere. So the solution was, we found this carpet, put this over your head. So what's crazy is, I brought my homeboy in and we made a song like that one time. And I'm gonna tell you something.
What was it called?
The song's called Good Vibes. It's on YouTube right now. But from an audio perspective, dude, I have never had a tighter sound control in my life.
Oh, wow.
No soundproof than this fucking thick ass carpet over your head that you had to, like, hold up like this while you're recording. I fucking swear. But it worked better than any room or booth I've ever been in.
That's insane, bro. Sometimes the things at your disposal help you create the best thing you could. You know what I mean?
I'm not saying that song's the best, because poorly mixed garbage, but from a recording audio perspective, I was like, shit, bro, there was no echo. This thick ass blanket controlled everything.
No, bro, big facts, bro. Like, if it works, it works. And at the time, bro, like, my rapping was atrocious, because you need to remember, I was a poet, self-proclaimed poet, who's writing this poetry. I'm lost, or you know, like, that's what I'm attributing. Like, even then, I wanted to add the Zulu and the English and try come up with the style, because some of my favorite rappers in SA did that. So I started hanging out with this guy, and I thought, like, man, I want to, like, I like him. He's better than me. You know, he used to draw bomb graffitis. He came up with the tag. Like, he was hip hop, because he had access to what hip hop was. Your double XL magazines, he would buy it at CNA because they had money, and you know what I mean? Like, not that I didn't, but we were very scarce with it. You know, we just had to use what we had to use. So I'd hang around with him to kind of learn, and he had these markers and taught me how to graffiti. So through hanging with him, I learned the fundamentals of hip hop. And then I started to meet more interesting guys throughout high school, whom I later met at that Life Check conference, hip hop event that happened once a month, every Saturday.
So that's basically how you start getting into the earlier things. So you're a teenager, and now that's 15 year career so far. That's fucking gangster. I don't care what anyone
Well,
says.
besides the shitty talent shows, and
We're
doing
gonna no,
covers.
fuck that. We include that shit. I don't care what anyone says. My biggest
Yeah.
performance, my most high profile performance is fucking karaoke. I don't give a fuck. That counts.
Yeah. So how many people?
Wasn't that 100-ish? I don't know. It was at the Just for Last festival at Montreal, so I cared more about the fact that it was the shittiest of the big stages.
Yes. No, but at least it was something, you know?
Yeah, and it was me rapping "Rap God" by Eminem, so it's not even my own fucking music.
Oh shit. Nah, dog, that's impressive. Bro, you can spit that whole thing?
Not as
A
well.
little bit.
Some of them are doing what I gotta do to get it through to you. I'm Superman, innovative, and I'm rubber, so whatever. I can't do it as well, but I can
Oh
do
my
parts of
God.
it. It's a lot.
Snapped
It's
right
like
now.
fucking like 6 minutes of shit, and that part of the song's boring actually. But what I gotta give Eminem props for on that one song is it's really like an interesting codex of classic hip hop. If you do break it down, like shit, like he sneaks in a packing a mac in the back of the act into like a bar, and if you know what that means, you're like, oh shit, big pun and shit. But if you don't know what it means,
Mm,
so it's like I really like
mm.
that one track for that reason. But fuck, I can't listen to it no more.
Yeah, because you did it so much, it's a part of you.
Can't.
Bro, while we on Big Pun, man, bro, I actually just remembered my first CD ever was the Slim Shady LP, the one that had that song Mushroom. Oh, I don't know if you know it. I
Yeah.
never meant to
Make
bring your
mushrooms,
mushrooms, girl.
girl. I
I
never
never
meant to
meant to
bring
get
you
it.
to
I
my
went to
world.
John's grave. I went to John's grave and Ron and Dave admitted you waved blonde babe and having a hair shave. Bro, when I heard that, I was in grade 7, so we skipped this, but I was like, how I don't even know how I got that CD. I think my dad must have like got it like on some he saw I like music, so he probably just took whatever and was like, let me get this for my son. Bro, I was just like, how is this guy doing this technically and it still makes sense? And that actually made me want to write poetry and shit. So, oh yeah, and Capital Punishment by Big Pun. Come on, man, like that's timeless classic, bro. Like love Big Pun, bro. So yeah, um, those were some of the influences. Okay, I'm actually lost. I don't even know where we are now.
You're like
Oh
50.
yeah, karaoke, and you doing Rap God.
And then we bringing you back we're saying that to say that your career is like fucking long and that's pretty fucking dope and impressive. So we're just trying to compliment you, really. That's what we're doing here.
Bless, bro. But you know what's crazy, man. So after, okay, we know where I'm from and how I started. So I go to college or university, and arts always fascinated me because of the hip hop, the Indian dude who put me on hip hop. So I loved arts, and that's how I grew into art. So I wanted to be like a lawyer or some shit. But then one of my options was graphic designer. And I had no idea what that is, but I was like, fashion designer does fashion, and then a graphic designer designs graphics. Ooh, what's a graphic? Is it like the DVD logo? Like I was fascinated. So I wrote down graphic design and I got accepted for that. And I didn't understood what it entailed. So I went to the Durban University of Technology, and one of the subjects is visual communication. That's what I did in my higher learning. And over there is when I really started sinking my teeth into music. And I formed a group called Niche Fam, NICHEFAM. And that's when shit just took a higher level. We started going to Baton and more. I met a lot of doper rappers who started fucking with me, and we formed a music group. And we went on to have the first music videos from Durban to be played, like independently done, shot by themselves. Like I didn't mention any of this, but yeah, man, we did our thing as Niche Fam, and we dropped 2 mixtapes and made a little bit of money at the time. So that's when shit changed.
To be fair, it makes sense that we didn't mention that yet because we were still like in high school. And now we moved on to college, which would make sense. Or if this is what happens next in your story, that this is the right time to talk about it. First of all,
Yeah.
that's incredible that you were able to pull that off. So you're saying nobody else did it, and then you guys did it.
Yeah.
Tell us more about that, because that's incredible. Doesn't matter where you're
No,
at.
bro.
When you're like in
Yeah,
that
man.
moment, incredible.
No, bro, like, I'm not gonna lie to you. My degree was supposed to, a diploma. My diploma was supposed to take 3 years. It took me 5 years. because I kept flunking. We'd be going up to Joburg. Here's little me thinking he's got balls because we're making some money off selling mixtapes on the streets. And this stuff is on YouTube. Like we used to vlog it and all these. Like we didn't know what we were doing,
Yo,
but we were becoming successful at it and making revenue.
hold up.
Stupid me, yeah.
First of all, there's nothing stupid about clocking valuable life experience. Now, you want to talk about valuable life experience? Vlogging, selling mixtapes, making music. To me, as
Yeah.
a person who's sitting here with my life, those were very useful things to learn how to do from being an interesting perspective. Bro, I dropped out of university because I fucking like
Oh
failed
shit.
out. My
What were
GPA,
you studying?
psychology.
Oh wow.
But then I said to myself, I don't want 10 years of school in debt. And I just didn't care. I missed the drop deadline. 4 Fs, boom, on my transcript. Next course, I tried. I didn't give a shit. I didn't go to class. I didn't really want to be there. So I just went to work and then got fucking lucky. Facts. Because
Who was funding your education? Was it self-funded or
yeah,
family or what?
nah, it was me and the shitty government situation. So what happened, a big thing that fucked me up actually is so I fill out this paperwork and then the government's all like, based on the fact that my mom had a job, okay, we're gonna give you this much money for loans, which doesn't cover all of my books and shit, which fucked me up a bit. I was like, okay, your mom's supposed to pay you this much, but my mom lost her job, right? So
Oh shit, sorry man.
that, no, I was fine. But like this was back then, and so
Yeah.
the government didn't know this yet because they hadn't filed income taxes. So we fill out the paperwork and blah blah blah, and the government goes, "Oh, okay, we're gonna give you the same amount of money, and your mom doesn't have to contribute." And I said, "What?"
Oh shit. What?
And then they basically went through this thing. They told me I didn't have to move out, and because I chose to move out due to like environmental issues at home that I probably shouldn't go into, um, because I didn't have to, they don't give a shit. And it was my choice, so I fucked myself and out of better student loans and shit. And I'm like, oh, that's a real thing. And apparently you're
Oh
not like
shit.
supposed to move out if you want student loans. And I'm like, oh, that's a thing. And yeah, so I just really lost interest in school, honestly, on some government bullshit. Like, why the fuck am I gonna try if like it's really like that?
Fuck.
It was really
Bro.
like that. I spent more time trying to deal with this loan situation than I could give a shit about getting excited for school. Like, how do you get excited
Hmm.
for fucking frosh when you're like, I can't even afford fucking my books?
No, I feel you, bro. I feel it, man.
Plus, I
Damn, bro.
just moved out, so it's my first rent ever. You know,
Yo.
like you're not like
How old are
sitting
you at this time?
20, and this is like, yeah, it was a different time. And I'm like, you're working minimum wage too, right? So it's like you're not exactly
Hmm.
balling.
No, that your whole salary is going towards your rent, basically.
I, Kinda. I think I was a little more blessed because I had a roommate, so it was a little chiller. But yeah, a
Uh,
lot of you, like with a roommate, it's not that bad, but it's kind of like
yeah.
that. Like you're not really rich. You don't have like
Yes.
you don't have the money to deal with like a lot of extra shit. Now I could have made it work, blah blah blah, but like you end up working full time, kind of, and it's like a lot. And then I'm like, anyway, more bullshit happened, and so I ended up dropping out, and it worked out real well for me. I don't recommend that to
Mm.
people, but
Yeah, it's so weird because there's no like transcript or way to do it. Whatever you're defining it as, living your life. I mean, you could like one of the biggest rappers in South Africa dropped out in grade 10, and his parents was a teacher. Like in South Africa, if you don't have grade 12, you're pretty much deemed uneducated. So I'm saying that to say to your point that sometimes the worst occurrence or what doesn't make sense at the time kind of helps you in the long term because it builds you and builds character. Like me failing as well, I failed 2 years of college. It may have looked like a waste, but I actually learned invaluable skills that I could never learn. That being fucked over by promoters, drinking late nights, not understanding what the fuck I'm doing, because I got to experience a little bit of what fame and the industry is and how they try to seduce you. It's really a real thing, like you're going to houses you don't know, and it's just very strange. I remember, dude, I was because this is why I was saying stupid me. in the situation, there was three of us in the group, and we were using my personal bank account. So every single time we'd make money, we'd put it in my name. And I remember the end of the third year, I got a letter from the tax man, Uncle Sam, which is called SARS. And they're like, bro, because I wasn't listed in a specific tax bracket. So I remember like having to experience that, like, oh shit, this is real. We're actually really making real money and it's going to me and we're not paying taxes on this because it's from CDs being sold on the street. So I had to learn like things like that and working in group situations and always being clear of what you need to do as an individual in whatever happens.
Wow. That's serious, eh? So effectively, y'all made money as a group, ran it through you. You didn't do it in a way that kept the government from noticing, and the government
Yeah.
noticed.
Yeah, because it was like we were traveling and stuff. So all this stuff is self-funded, bro. So we as much as it seems, but we weren't rolling in the streets heavy like that because we're just kids who look cool, who get fresh clothes and stuff like that. But we're not like, what's the word? We can't walk around with the money under the bed type situation because maybe we'll go up to Joburg for 2 weeks, go grind it out and hustle and then come back because we got some shows or we linking up with people over there. So yeah, man, it was all interesting, but like check it out another time. It's a group called Niche Fam, NICHEFAM.
And y'all,
And
is the
yeah,
vlog and stuff still available?
bro, it's all there, man. It's so
My
embarrassing.
word. No, it's not. You're looking at it embarrassing the way I look at my old interviews and shit and cringe. It doesn't make them bad. It's just what we do when we look at our lesser selves as we perceive it and whatever. But honestly, dude, I think it's one of the most, it's incredible that you documented this period of your life, right? I was just talking yesterday to a guy who made a documentary and is like doing it in a movie premiere and shit in Montreal. And part of his ability to do that was because he spent a year documenting basically mundane shit in his world, like just what was important to him. I mean, it would be mundane to everybody else except for him and his passion for it. So if y'all are doing this and you're making money on it like actual musicians, it's almost like proof, so that when you're later on rapping about selling mixtapes and shit on your 2018 shit, there's like proof you did this and it's not fake.
Yeah, no,
So it's kind of
no,
like
at all.
different than when other people say shit like that and you're like, I mean, I believe you, but in your case there's proof. That's fucking cool. But also the skill set of vlogging and putting your life out on blast like that, you're gonna tell me that doesn't help with the Twitch today?
I think it does, and that's why I'm saying, bro, I'm so fucking like on it. Like I'm not, bro. I've got no.
You open for
Well, I've
Lil
got a,
Wayne?
yeah. Well, our group did at the time when he came to our city, dude. It was the most insane thing. They came through with like 25. Remember, this is Lollipop Lil Wayne. Like this is quite a three Lil Wayne, bro. That guy came through with like 25 police car. Because we opened up for him. Oh, we got a music video where we're at the concert. Just type in Niche Fam, spin around.
And he's college age. You're doing the college aged, right, when you're doing this?
Yeah, yeah. This is all college time. As you can see, we in the Durban workshop selling CDs, just hanging out by the bus terminals, which is not too far from that spot I was telling you about, that live check spot. It's pretty much at the center of the city, the CBD in Durban.
No, it's really
So this is 2011, 12, 13, those years.
so basically you're running that grind. You're basically living the life of a young rock star, doing your thing, running it.
Well, balancing it with college. That's why I like J. Cole, because I feel him, dog. Like you, not really a rock star, but you still a student, but you're still trying to make these grades, but still trying to make it music.
I mean, I'm sure you have a few more rock star moments than the average student. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Let's just say that music video was popular in the reses. I'm not sure what you guys call them, but it's
Yeah.
basically the people who live on campus. Yeah.
Well, he was studying graphic design, right?
Yeah. Visual communication.
And so then it took you longer. You had a comfortable life. You clocked some life experience. Yo, I mean, it sounds
Yeah.
weird, but like, I sincerely think this flow where people finish school at like 23 with a degree and go to work and then are expected to just do that forever. It's fucking weird because you don't even know what you want to do at 23 no more. Like, how do you know what you want to do? I don't think that many 23-year-olds are like, yo, I want to be at this company forever. They're like, I'm going to be here, make some money, figure it out, and then go figure it out. You know, like, it's a weird flow.
Yeah.
Whereas other...
my G, I think what made it fascinating with me is that I always try to... When I tried making music, whether it's that shitty tape recorder I got, I always tried to use, like me wanting to be a poet, for instance, I use that at school. So I always try to let my passion shine through my everyday life because it's all I knew. So I had to go super hard with like studying poets so with the music, in college. So even the projects, I try bringing the music, you know, trying to sell the idea of the marketing and advertising will have the beats, for instance, you know what I mean? So it's not knowing what I wanted to do. It's just I was super passionate about creating and being a creative. And luckily, graphic design allowed me to just do that somehow.
So, I mean, in your case, I guess there's a lot more synergy than most people. But I know that other countries have flows where, like, you don't go to university right away. You go live life a little bit, and then you go to university. So by accident, you pulled that off by accident. And so when you finish university and start your professional reputation, you're just a little bit older, a little bit more able to impress some people. Bro, I'm at the same company for 11 years. Now, this is wonderful.
Damn, triple OG.
Yeah, it's just weird. But, like, it's good because I've advanced, and it's like I don't think I've been in the same position for more than 2 years. So, like, in that regard, it's kind of blessed. But they remember all of the dumbass shit I did. Everything.
I was about to say, bro. They got all the files, bro.
Bro, 22 till today, I can tell you I have said and done so much dumbass shit that, like, to this day they remember that.
And you're just like, oh my god, how do they know this shit?
No, it's like, why can't they forget it, guy? That was so long ago. But that's just
bro, that's dope though.
Yeah.
But that's dope.
On the other hand, it's like, you drop out of university, what are you gonna do? If something just keeps handing you opportunities, just take them. And then after a while in Quebec, you get more vacation time the longer you stay at a company, probably because so few people do. And so I ended up with, like, because of where I'm at, I have 7 weeks of paid time off a year.
Damn.
I was like, hold up, I could go on tour and keep my job. Right? Like,
you can.
You know?
Wait, bro, I'm like Stan. You can ask Yanela in the chat. We literally only have 2 weeks of leave.
To be fair, it took 10 years to get that, like, extra couple weeks. They recently changed it to 3 years. Then the company has extra incentives where they give us a week off at Christmas. So one of those weeks I don't choose. Fair enough, whatever. And then you have 5 personal days, which is cool. That's new. That's not a sick day. That is literally, you can call in and be like, I don't want to work. Done. I mean, usually you're a little more, I don't feel good. Done. Because you don't want to, like, say it like that, but nobody uses sick days when they're sick.
Shit, man. Yeah. Bro, okay, well, I don't want to force forward in the story. We'll get there.
Fast forward. It's fine. Days. We can pop around.
Okay, well, yeah, so after, another dope thing we did as the group, and then we're going to move off the group because it did finish like 3 years after, and then I went into my solo bag. But another dope thing we did, and this is the highest amount of people I've ever performed for, is we performed when in 2010 the FIFA World Cup was in South Africa.
Okay, so I remember that.
Yeah, we got to perform at the public viewing areas. So it's like 15,000 people, dog, like topped up on the beach because they're watching in public spaces. So that was actually quite remarkable because we did like 8 of those. And yeah, man, it wasn't the best money, but it was like, shit, we get to perform and sell CDs. It gave us that feel that we are living out our dreams.
I mean, that's cool. Not many people are ever going to flex like I performed at the Olympics. That is living out dreams. I don't care how else to put it. That's living out dreams.
Yeah, but it's not it was for a reason, so I have an experience. It's like, yeah, like it's not like a definition of now you hold on to it. It's more about I got to experience that, and like it either works for you or it doesn't.
Nah, I mean, I'm gonna look at it like this. Life is like stories, right? So at the end of the day, when you look back, money is one of those things that doesn't really translate into good stories, right? Like,
Mm,
so that's not success to me. It's not the dream. The dream is the moments, right? And it's like if you're able to keep recreating amazing moments, you're living the dream. Now, in order to even recreate them
mm,
later in life, you kind of have to have, I find, a baseline of some amazing moments that happen to you to even spark that like motivation. So you being at like this Olympic situation with all these people, bro, I never performed to that many people one time in my life, but I did get to perform to a few hundred, and that sparked me to
mm,
go, bro, I want this next thing. And I know people who haven't even performed to 100. So it's like by tasting the bigger things, or like, I got to go to Pakistan with work with like a per diem and shit, and it's almost like
what?
in that like moment for that month, I was worth 5 times my salary for a month.
Oh wow,
I didn't know what it
wow.
felt like to ball out and buy fucking 7 people food and shit. Like I never done that in my life, and I haven't really done
That's
that
dope.
since because I can't do that here. And then I'm like,
Yeah.
no, that's what I want though. I want that
Yes.
in a way
Oh, wait,
where,
wait. Were you there for work related or was
yeah,
it
it was
like
work related.
performance?
No, no, no,
Oh,
like
okay. No,
day
but
job.
that's still,
Yo,
yeah,
it was
that's a
mad
really
though,
dope
bro. I got
experience,
to go
man.
like work with like the people, go like fucking smoke cigarettes and play fucking but not the fucking not billiards, but like the one that snooker. I got to play fucking snooker with
Mm.
them in the fucking snooker bars. Is whatever shisha was just made illegal. Eating all this shit, like it was. Fucking buying knockoff fucking shit all over. It was a vibe, man. Yeah, I loved it. But I don't know if I would have loved it if I
Sounds like a
wasn't
vibe.
bottling. So like
Mm.
bottling over there was kind of nice, but I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what it was like to not have to ever think about a dollar. That's a
Mm.
vibe like I'd
Yes.
never experienced in my life. But now that I experienced that, I want to experience that for the rest of my life. And until I can achieve that, I won't stop.
I feel you. I feel you. But to your point, does money equal happiness though? Like it
No,
can give us it can give us experiences that attract the situations, but it's not the actual money because in those moments it's the ability to not worry about the money that
but
actually gave you the happiness.
that's all I want is to not worry about it. I don't
Mm,
actually care about
yeah.
having it. In fact, I'm very happy to give it
Mm,
away if it keeps coming in. I don't give a fuck about
mm,
like materialistic wealth. I'm almost at a salary point where I really am comfortable, like truly
mm,
comfortable within myself. I would just like all of the art to pay for itself and not be like a loss of my
mm.
shit. Like these are my
Feel you.
definitions of success, like it's not like I really care about that much more. Bro, I play video games and I smoke weed in
Mm.
parks. Like I don't need a lot in my life. I have a bicycle. I'm cool, my guy. Like I don't need no fancy ass cars. You can just look at me to see it's not fashion choices for me. like I'm simple like that shit. Like but like the idea of being able to go take the homies with me, that's expensive as fuck. And I don't want to just
Mm,
go out there by myself. Nah, you gotta like there's a lot of people, and now all of a sudden going to the nice spot costs like 700, and I don't know that we
mm,
all have that, so I want to have that for other. It's
mm.
weird to say, but like I want those experiences when I want without having to listen to anybody telling me they can't do it.
Big facts, bro. No, I completely agree and I feel you. And just to open up to that point, I think, remember I told you I grew up moving around so much. I think even the reason, because I was involved with coming up with the name, I always yearned to feel like I belong with the cool kids, or you know what I mean? Like I had a very huge void because the only familiarity I had was when we go back to the ancestral home like twice a year. And then I'm with my cousins and, we're fighting and playing. But I yearned for that acceptance from my peers. So, like, wanting to feel that brotherly love from others moving towards something. So, just to say, like taking the homies with you, I didn't care about like the money and shit. It was more about the experience and learning and building together. But, like, shit transpired the way it did, but it was a great experience and we got some good moments and
Like you
great
got to
stories to tell from.
travel with the homies and shit. Like that's big. I went and traveled with a homie, and he was not even a homie no more. So it's like just this moment that's kind of like lost to like me and that guy, and nobody else got it. And I'm like, yo, to recreate those experiences, man, nah, dude, the company made that happen. I didn't make that happen in my life. I guess, okay, whatever. But like, so what happens after the niche fam thing?
So it ended.
Or niche?
Yeah, so niche fam.
It's niche.
Niche. Well,
because I see the word and I say niche because it's how I'm used to saying it.
No. You're absolutely right. I was about to say that some places it's niche fam, but then it's niche fam, and we liked it because it just sounded. Everyone talks about niche in marketing, and it just sounded very foreign. But at the same time, it's like you want to. We like that word. It sounded fucking fancy, bro. And fam was for family, obviously. So we kind of were pushing this whole brotherhood thing because these are other people with different lives and different styles. So we come together in Durban when we learn or whatever, and that's what we called it. So after that, that ended in, I'd say, end of 2014. And luckily, around about the same time, well, the one guy got signed to a major label, our main singer, and the other homie that inspired me, who rapped after me on Spin Around, he was like, okay, man, you see what it is? This is the situation, bro, what you gonna do? And he used to stay in the hood. Like, I'd always be at his house, which was about 6 Ks away from where I'm at. And it just became a situation
Hold on. When you say 6 Ks, that's 6 kilometers?
Yeah.
That's a cool slang thing. Sorry. No, it's cool. I like to try to catch local slangs and shit. So that's like, that's dope. Sorry.
No, 6 Ks. But then what's also interesting, if you have 5K, you've got 5,000. So that's how we use it, Ks as well. Like, so I've got 10K or I've got 100K. It's like money as well.
But 5Ks would be distance, but 5K singular is money. Fascinating as fuck.
Well, K, yeah, for money. So it's like 250K or whatever. Bro, slang and lingo is a whole nother thing because, yeah, like I can teach you some.
Anyway, sorry. So he was like 6 Ks from your place.
Yeah, so no, not even 6, maybe 4. And he stayed in the township. But like we developed such a relationship, like he taught me about battle rap, and his older brother had a label, a clothing label that he had designed with these cool t-shirts and stuff. And I was just fascinated by him. So as this is happening, he's like, okay, bro, we met as individuals. Let's pursue our individual routes. We're here for each other, but do your thing, I'll do mine. So we recorded at the same studio. We featured each other. And he was basically a brother to me, and he helped me put out the first project I did, which is IMX, which I released in 2015. Shit, this is 6 years ago. And what made that project cool was it was my first one, and I stood by myself. And I was able to like sell over like 1,000 copies on the streets, and I had some merch just through like relatives and walking around during the festive times in Durban, and using my extended family. So yeah, man. And with that, the track that really blew up from there is a track called Spelele, which I was telling you earlier on, that Kwaito cadence and that Kwaito vibe. That's a track that definitely has that kind of like side and elements. It wasn't like hip hop or anything. It's like being at a party and just celebrating that we're all together. Spelele, that's what it actually means. So yeah, that got on a few radio stations, and I was lucky to get a job after Niche ended at an advertising agency. And then shit was just going ham at the advertising agency.
Yo, that's like, dope. So, because one thing that I find a lot of people struggle with in this game is marketing and promotion. People seem to understand promotion but have no real understanding of marketing. So if you're at an advertising agency, you must have to care about marketing way more than the promotional elements to like succeed here, right?
Yeah, of course. And you see, now this is where the story gets interesting, and hopefully, God willing, one day I can write a book.
You can write
just
a book,
like being.
You can.
No, like just being a Black South African creative in this climate, and the things that I've picked up within these infrastructures and organizations. But let's put that off the record. But being at that advertising agency was really dope, bro, because it was really dope, bro, because we got to work with alcohol brands, pharmaceutical brands, and I was the junior designer there. So coming from college, got all this niche fam energy, I've got all this energy, and I was just put in a place where I started learning about brands. So I'm like, oh fuck. So when we performing and all these banners are here, this is like I activate, like I'm learning all this shit now that I'm in it, and I'm getting to chill with these minds, and it's just a fast, high pace, and guys are designing amazing, and I'm just blown away. So I worked over there for about 3 years, and I won't lie, they kind of shaped my thinking because I got to understand um, it's not just local brands. These are global entities with a footprint in another country. So how do you interpret it for that native market? So I
Facts, bro. I, oh my god, you're speaking my day job shit now.
Emma. Okay,
I
brother,
have
we gonna have to talk, bro.
I have 3 Ukrainian agents that now report to me that manage social media, and one of my biggest challenges is to explain to them how to create an empathy statement that taps into American psyche, being Ukrainians. So their language appears cold. And so they write in an English that is translated off of Russian/Ukrainian. And so they think they're being like sometimes really courteous. And I'm like, nah, it's kind of cold. You got to remember, it's
Yeah.
American folk we dealing with here. It's not the same. Think about how soft I am, because they're like, Holden, you soft as fuck, bro. And I'm like, I am soft as fuck, because I mean, like, they got some real shit going on, like 200 kilometers from where they live. We don't have real shit going on. So for them, it's like a very different reality. So
No,
that,
but you do have real shit in your own way. Come on, don't discredit yourself. You
I
told me
mean,
not to
so
discredit
like, I'll give
myself.
you an example. We got a bomb threat at work. It was not like a real one. It was just a troll guy. But the cops came to my colleagues' houses and shit. I was on vacation. I managed to dodge that. I told my employees about it. They're
Oh
like,
man.
"Hold up, the cops came for that?" They like thought that was the dumbest shit ever. Because apparently, like in Kharkov where they're at, like bro, bomb threat shut down the metro so regular. It's a normal reason to be late for work. In that
Mm.
context, it's like okay, they got some real shit going on that we do not have
Okay, I
going
feel
on.
you.
So it's like in
I
that
feel you.
context, it's like yo, go check out the Vice videos on the Ukraine situation. They just dropped one recent. I
Mm.
haven't watched yet, but recent because it's 7 years. That shit that like happened with like Crimea sparked some shit that has effectively been almost like weird ass pseudo war shit in the region for like
Mm.
7 years that we just forgot
Holy
about.
shit.
But it's some,
Damn,
so
bro.
it's like they're like, yeah, you soft, and I'm like, Canada's pretty soft. I'll give you that. Fucking soft. We did get a really good question. Does the South African government offer grants or funding for local artists?
Oh my God. Wait, who's that from?
That's from my girlfriend. Cause
Oh, okay, no, it's cool. No, 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 it's all good. Bro, oh my God, bro. Oh, just on that Ukrainians facing real shit, you sparked a thought that I wanted to bring to light. Like, some of our criminal activity in South Africa is so hectic that criminals pose as the police. That's how fucking crazy it is. Is that the criminals will pull up in a cop car with the branding and everything, and because you respect the law, that's how they get you. That's a very common thing that transpires within the South African climates across all provinces. So it's a bit weird. But to your girlfriend's question of, do the government does, bro, but a huge but. The youth is considered 18 to 35. So now what happens is the people who do the treasurers, the people high in power who get to sign off these funds and stuff. All I'm trying to say is that power corrupts, and the people who really dearly need it end up not getting it, and it's such a like sad situation where we have great artists who are iconic like Esther Mahlangu, who does the beadwork, the Ndebele stuff, um, when they end up being crowdsourced and funded by people of the international community. What I'm trying to say is that that's a very normal thing because all the money ends up going to the wrong people, or not the wrong people. People kind of pocket the money for their own purpose, and it's not as widespread for the creators. There are programs and instances, but that's not a very common thing in South Africa.
mm,
So the institutions are there, but no one can do anything about it because that's how it's run, type shit.
yeah, there's a lot of actual funding that exists in Canada. Who gets it? Up for debate, but it's a lot more available than other people. And the thing is if you are willing to pay somebody to help you get a grant, it's possible. It's just not easy to do by yourself. That's a thing that I understand, because you're going against people who are paying for people who are helping them. So it kind of changes the level of competition on grant proposals. So you got to really know how to like dot your P's and Q's and get it perfect. But it's available in Canada in a lot more abundance than other people, because frankly, we can't compete with other markets. It's not possible without grant money.
What would you say if I said in 2017 I was supposed to come out to Montreal, one of the artist residents up in the mountains over there?
Oh,
Would you find that interesting?
I would. Yeah, man.
I got accepted, but then unfortunately one of my sponsor brands at the time couldn't come through. But I was trying to run away, bro. And I know a lot of like South African creatives resort to that. Like as I said, like Muzi, Pepelo Mnguni, who made this amazing painting over here. A lot of talented guys end up leaving the country and seeking salvation outside, getting enough money and coming back because we love it here because it's our home.
Man,
it's a very common thing.
I would have loved to have seen the idea of you being in Montreal and what your experiences of trying to come up in Montreal would be like. I would love to see that shit, because I don't have no idea how it would work. But I think you right now at your energy might have a chance with certain communities that are bubbling that I'm not part of right now. But there's a lot of bubbling happening in Montreal, especially in the English side of the city. Like, it's a weird place. Demographically, it would make sense that we're doing better than we are, but attitudes are a lot more important than demographics. And so as time goes on, I think COVID created this big reset, I want to call it, where a lot of us got out of our normal environments and we're forced to like figure out who the fuck we actually are, myself included. And this has allowed us to kind of reach out in different ways and be more willing to connect with each other, which I think will allow us to now create this momentum that will have us bubble into a more fruitful scene than we've seen in the past. Because honestly, it's been weird, especially because there's two scenes. There's the English scene and the French scene, and they're not connected because the Quebec.
So is there like a divide?
Big divide, and this is government fueled. So the government uses what we call language politics to. It's a huge election point. Honestly, it's like one of the central issues every election. So as an Anglophone, you vote for that one party because they're the only party that runs on. Yo, English people, vote for us. That's like part of their campaign. And then there's issues that are dumb. Honestly, the issues are fucking ridiculous in Quebec. But language is a huge one. So they pass laws, and so they make it slowly more French through really weird like they're doing it right now. So they just passed the law where they want to limit the amount of French people that can go to English education. Now, the reason they do this is because they control the flow of information in French, but they can't control the flow of information in English. So the more they can discourage English education, the more they can kind of control the narrative in some North Korea-like fucking ways. It's actually really weird, and nobody talks about it because all the media is French. So, like, as an Anglophone, it's a lot harder to get, like, good information and shit. So, like, I don't want to, like, it's just weird, man. Like, they are legally don't have to give me medical attention in English anymore. And I'm like, hold up. Like, yo, that's doctor shit. Like, I kind of want to.
Yeah, that's crazy.
We live in Montreal where there's like 560,000 fucking Anglophones. You would imagine that, like, but no, there's no special exceptions. It's just Quebec shit. Boom. Like that.
Damn.
So at the end of the day, it creates a lot of animosity between Anglophone communities and Francophone communities. Younger people are a lot more willing to work together and be bilingual, and a lot of us are more bilingual because of, like, I had to learn to speak French. Like, you don't make money in this province if you don't speak French. Like, you can get by, but there's caps, man. You're not getting into management without being bilingual to some degree. It's just not going to happen. Because you're going to have to deal with corporate.
My bro, I feel you. I empathize with the scenario that, or the situation, not because I'm literally French or English, but I identify with those core issues of having to be bilingual, to not just because it controls. Like over here, bro, it's so deep, man. It's pseudo politics, as you were saying earlier on. I have to sound like a white guy on the phone. You
Facts.
know what I mean? But ngoba kuhamba ngami ngoba ngikhuluma izulu kanje ngiqinisa ulimi. You know what I mean? What I'm trying to say is, if it was up to me, I'd rather speak my home language because we've got a developed language. So it's also got to do with history, politics, and power structure and infrastructure. But man, who's watching this shit?
No, people do, man. Believe it or not, this is what people kick. Is like we could talk about your music, and that's a 15-minute conversation. Or we could talk about your life and your experiences and the things you've been through, and it bridges the gap. Cause
no way.
But that's what we do this. Honestly, that's why I'm like, nah, I really want to talk to this dude. Like 90% of it is like he's in South Africa. I mean, his music's blessed, but his entire life is going to be full of things that are just different than mine. But then you also find the similarities and shit.
Commonalities, yeah.
And it's like, yo, Montreal, we got to pay more attention to some other people's shit and see but how you guys overcome this, how you guys manage and get through this. We can learn from this. And I feel like my community doesn't like to look at other communities because we're kind of egocentric.
Yeah, but it's also the exact same because there's like the generation of my father's parents, for instance, my grandparents, that generation of maybe the 50s or 60s, because of the climates and the environments within South Africa and how they were raised and how they were programmed, it's you fear, so you have to. But like with our younger generation, and I see it through my nephew, it's we don't see color, we don't think those issues. It's more we're trying to connect to the truths as human, because this worldview of I don't want to hear what you have to say because you don't look like me, that shit is dead and gone, bro. Like, it's the Me Too time, it's the LGBTQ. We don't care. You can be whatever you want to be. Just be a dope ass human. And once we realize that the world's already there, bro, like flying cars, 5G, we could have all that shit if we just get over the fact that we are one. Because once we realize that we're one, we start fucking coming up with ideas, and you know what I mean? We start merging and hybridizing this fucking, because the world could be fucked, or it could be an opportunity to connect and exchange ideas and become better. And I think that's all that really matters, because we all want to feel like we want to be heard, but more than anything, we all need love.
Yeah,
stupid and corny as it sounds, bro.
It's big facts. I'm not disagreeing with the thing you said, man. Yo, shout out Golden Jenny from Norway. I love it when Golden Jenny's there because I can shout out the fact that someone from Norway is watching us, because that's always just blessed to me. I'm pretty sure you're as excited by that as I am, right? Like, it's fucking trippy, no?
No way.
Yeah. It's cool, man. She's fucking blessed about that. And she's real. Like, she's a real person. Like, and like, it just blows my mind that we can connect across. And she's like, sometimes hits me up in the DMs and be like, yo, you should think differently about this subject. And then I'm like, okay, if Golden Jenny's saying this, maybe I should reconsider my attitude, because she's fucking Golden Jenny from Norway and she gives all the love in the world and shit. Like, she
shout out to her.
She threw up a little peace emote for that. She's fucking wonderful.
You're putting too much heat on her.
Nah, people love it when you shout out like, in my opinion, if you shout them out in a way where you offer like the praise of the accomplishments or the impact they have on you, you can get away with that every day of the week.
No, 1,000%. And I don't know, just in my personal young 30 years of life, I found that these countries that are considered and deemed first world countries, your Germanys, your Norways, your Swedens, your Switzerlands, all these countries, I think that's why they're so advanced, because they realize the shit. But more than that, they are connected to humanity. And that's where their power comes from, because they truly appreciate being human. Not to say or downplay any of the other places in the world. It's just, it also goes hand in hand with understanding that, fuck, bro, we just humans. And I don't know, I just find it really funny that these countries that are deemed first world and are so great are the ones who are very considerate and have love and want to show love.
To be fair,
I just thought that was interesting.
I love what you're saying. I don't know, man. I know what you mean. I know that's how it's presented, right? Like, that's how the blogs write the articles. That's how the
Okay.
happiness index is calculated. Because these are all things, and
Yeah.
I'm not saying Norway and them ain't like that. I'm not even saying that. I'm saying it's just as you said that, I was like, yo, but who said that? And then I thought about it, and it's a lot of blog articles. There's certain indexes that, because the one thing I can tell you about going to Pakistan is nobody's putting them on lists like that,
Mm,
but they have this family love shit that doesn't exist in my community, and it doesn't get
mm,
rated. Like if there was a family love index, I would love to see that one. Just that
mm,
familial love bonds.
mm,
I don't know
mm,
how else to describe it, but I know that that's not one that anybody's talked about in my life.
mm. Can I teach you a new philosophy that you can take from MX? It's called Ubuntu. Ubuntu. So it's U B like the operating system. Yeah.
Okay, a bunch.
You Yeah, Ubuntu. Just type in Ubuntu philosophy and you'll be quite. And I know that the Japanese also have something it's called wabi sabi. There's it, human love and humanity is a philosophy across like a lot of like cultures. I think it's just more shining the lights on that because it's so easy to be negative and be fear driven. But yeah, 1,000%, bro. Like people are. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. There's good people in bad places. There's bad places with good people.
Facts. All right, so you start your music career in like 2015 as a solo artist. You drop a
Yeah,
mixtape. You sell fucking 1,000 copies of a mixtape.
on the
In hold
streets.
on, in an era where music sales don't exist, so it's really like selling a lot more than 1,000. I'm sorry, but that's what it is when you're doing it in 2015. Like I mean, it's 1,000, but it's like value wise higher. Um, and then you're popping off. I know you did some music videos back then too. I see your YouTube starting, so you're clearly still on your vlog, YouTube life shit. So tell us a little bit about. Before we move into that, though, we were talking about your marketing experience and how you were learning about
Mm,
globalized fucking culture. So tell
mm.
us a bit about that a bit more, and then we can move back into the rap shit. Because this is all a tangent, and then I remembered that part was super interesting too.
No problem, man. You're phenomenal at this, dog. Just with the corporate infrastructure, like I come from a family where education is deemed important because I suppose that it offered my parents a new way of living. Poverty, stricken communities, and uneducated. Uh, it's a thing. So when they were brave at the young age and they pursued information and education, although it wasn't the common thing to do, it kind of helped shape them. So even now my sister's is like got honors in marketing, and like I'm the least educated at home. So one thing I no, like big facts, I'm the black sheep, no pun.
Ah.
So with that being said, I kind of understood that I may not. One thing I do understand for me, because it may not be true for someone else, from my experience, I have to take learning very serious. But if I can combine fun and expression with learning, then I'm in another zone. And that's what I try to encompass. So when I went to the agency, I hope they don't watch this. I told myself, because James Bond, like we used to get DVDs at home, I was like, I'm going to be an espionage act. I'm going to learn these infrastructures, these systems, and make apply it to myself, these principles, like I am a brand. So how would I approach an artwork? How does it transcend more? You know what I mean? And at the time, it's just weird thinking because it's like, who's funding you? Like, why are you doing this? You know what I mean? You met with a lot of that kind of resistance, but today I'm able to be in a position where I have a company registered to me and I'm slowly trying to learn more and more. So in terms of the day-to-day operations, I'll just get a fucking paper thrown at me by the traffic lady. I get a bunch of jobs on emails and I'd have to create content, whether it's for Facebook, Twitter, social, whatever it is. And we basically try to get our clients by presenting content that is exciting to their brand and localizing it. So coming up with the copy, coming up with the animation. If you have to get the camera and take quick pictures, do that. Put their logo, whatever it is. So it was very fast paced and high paced, but I got to meet a lot of interesting type of people that I probably wouldn't meet and still have relationships relationships with that enabled me to kind of think the way I do.
Yeah, that's super valuable stuff. And it's really translatable into a freelance economy. And I think everybody should find a job in their day job life where they can go in and become James Bond and take that back into their existence. Because, a lot of what I do now is stuff I've done for a living, man. Like you do a webinar for work. A lot of that's where it started for me, right? A webinar. What's the difference between this and a webinar? Nothing. Honestly, there's no difference. A lot of these terms are interchangeable. Podcast, webinar, the same fucking thing, okay?
Big facts.
Talk radio, okay, maybe a little different, but same fucking thing. But like
radio's dead, bro. People don't like. Well,
that's not
dead,
true.
But,
I was
yeah,
so wrong.
I know.
No, I googled it. So there are two kinds of radio that are killing it. Talk radio never died. Talk radio is litty. Yeah, this is talk radio. And then country. But country makes sense because the average demographics for country tend to like things like not evolving technologically. So country radio is number 2. And then it goes into like...
Are those forms of terrestrial radio? Is it online radio?
No, the country is like in the car, country station, like... Because it's, and then talk radio, same thing, because people actually do like to listen to talk radio while they're driving to work and shit. So it actually has a huge thing in, especially, and actually talk radio is crazy because it's not just old people. So one time I was talking shit, and so I made a Facebook post like, who the fuck even, whatever. Yo, shout out Golden Jenny with the subscription. Woo, y'all are wonderful. Jenny. So then I'm sitting there and I'm like, who the fuck even listens to radio? And yo, all walks of life, all demographics showed up. People were like, I do. And yo, on the way, and I'm like, realize, yo, car people, and I'm not car people. I'm cycle people. Cycle people is be Spotify's, and yo, that's crazy. Your light just changed. Spotify, and like
trying to make it nice.
No, it is nice. It's been nice the whole time. And then car people have very different habits, and I realized no, the car community fucks with radio, and that's it. They like radio. I don't know who else does. But car people. So there is actually a market there, and I was an idiot for ignoring it for as long as I did. And I'm now more open-minded about if an opportunity pops up jumping on proper radio, just to be, because my mom would fucking flex on that shit. You know, it's like there's people.
Bro, you're reminding me. We were on the IMX project, and during my agency run, your boy MX did a voiceover for a brand called Rexona. We call it Axe in South Africa. So I was able to do a voiceover, and that shit was on radio for like 6 months, but I didn't understand technical and mechanical rights. So I just did it as part of my job for a little small thing, but I thought it was quite dope how I was able to use my actual song that I was doing in my outside work life, incorporate that for an actual brand. I think that's when I started realizing that, hey, what you do, your day job, or if you're studying, there's always a way to incorporate your arts into what you do.
Yo, like, honestly, a lot of my so I didn't make a lot of money as a rapper being a rapper, but I got promoted a lot at work because I'm able to, it got me into positions where I can go, hey everyone, and welcome to How To Tuesdays. This week, we're going to be covering how you can convert this file into another file type using this product. First, head on over here and click on this tab. Yo, bro, I can do this all fucking day. I can do it fast. Like,
how amazing is he? I was like, bro, that is amazing, like voiceover work.
And well, I just did hundreds of them. Like, literally, we went 208 weeks and 208 weeks. Like, boom, every week. That is, it's the weirdest flex, but my best content accomplishment is a how-to series. Plus, yo, I had to write the knowledge base. That shit's a 350-page book. It's the worst book I ever wrote. Nobody wants to read it, but I wrote a book called How to Use Soda PDF. That's the product.
How to use what? Sorry.
Soda PDF. It's like the whole knowledge base is no longer me, but for like 5 years, that was my baby. So I wrote a 350-page book and tutorials on this fucking thing because I have the doc file one day, and I looked at the page count and the word count, and I'm like, that's a book. It's
Oh
a
my God, bro,
really,
that's amazing, bro.
it's a nobody published it. It's just articles online. But I'm like, bro, I wrote the worst book not worst, but like nobody
It's
want.
not words, man.
It's not like
Why are you
worst.
being so hard on yourself?
Man, that shit's nobody wants to read that. You know, like you want.
Wait, you literally just told me that there's someone who always wants to engage in something.
Yeah,
Like you
yeah,
literally
yeah,
tell me, no one wants to listen to it. Yeah, come on.
No, I mean, like in the context of what you want to be doing. Like there's active listening, and you're coming to this book then when you're having a bad day and you need help. Like it's not the same
But
kind of love.
but no,
It's valuable, but my name's not on that shit, in my opinion.
no, exactly. But you are adding a value service,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is going to, you know, like it's all about perspective. Because if you catch that formula, where can you stop,
I
or what
mean,
else can you apply it to? And then you in
documenting
that
Montreal's
territory.
hip hop scene. Woo, I'm not saying I stopped.
That's
It evolved.
that's
I'm just
dope.
saying
That's
that
dope.
part of it to me represents a lot of boring shit that like but I used to like 2 a.m. fucking it was like the release is coming, get it done on time. And it was an insane period of life and got me used to long hours and shit. But to me it's like, yeah, at that time I was into it. Like now I'm bored with it. But at that time, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I could be sitting here and maintaining the pace I maintain if it wasn't like I had to learn how to do that. But then you move up. I didn't get like paid
Big facts.
proportionately. I don't think I've ever really gotten money in the way you're supposed to get money in the way they tell you about it. But what ends up happening is you do that shit, and then now I'm in this great position.
Hmm.
So the universe paid me in ways I wasn't expecting. It wasn't money.
Big facts. Big facts, because the experience and value that you accumulate with the experience do monetize in the future. They just, as you're saying, they don't tell you that. You just, like the way it's presented to us, you do this, it's as simple as one, two, three, and then it happens. And it's like, no,
No.
that's not what success looks like. That's not, it's fucked up, bro. Like, and I'm only drawing the parallel because I was designing for pharmaceutical brands with so much legal copy on a post. It didn't make sense. They know that you're not going to read it because they can't back what they're saying, or it is scientifically backed, but it's not true. I don't know why, but part of me didn't like that. But I had to recognize that, oh shit, this is used for this, but I could maybe do it in a different way for my, it's being an alchemist, but you know about that.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out still. I don't even want to pretend like I'm good at shit. I just think that one day I'll be so amazing it's all gonna work perfect. I just,
Feel you?
but it's still blessed that you're able to get that experience, and I think it makes you more interesting and practical as a person to work with. Like, nah, you
Yeah.
get it. But that's like a
No,
tier of experience, which makes you competitive in an international audience in a way where a lot of people are kind of going to be stuck with local audiences. And I don't mean disrespect by that, but international is a fucking beast.
yeah. No, bro, those are big facts. And, like, I'm really, fuck, man, I hate being this positive. I'm so happy. I love, because it's not always like that. But having to face blatant racism or extremely aggressive um, types of business people, having to work late nights and sleep few hours has given me the confidence that I can just talk to any brand over the years. Because for throughout those teenage years up to my first job, I don't buy clothes. Like, I get sponsored them because you have to develop the lingo and the confidence to believe in yourself and to present yourself to stand for something, but also to get the free clothes.
But it's also like finding value, right? I think that's the big part of it. A lot of artists and people I know don't understand value the way that I think about value. And I just had to Google the definition of value. And basically, there's three
Mm-hmm.
kinds of values that exist. There's utility value, which is value based on the idea of make somebody's life easier. There is sentimental value, which is related to emotions. You can best look at it like nostalgia and other shit like that. And then there is social status value, which means affiliations and shit increase a social status. So in a sense, I provide through this platform status value to anybody. I'm giving you an opportunity to look cool in a sense, and I provide utility value, marketing promotional material after, and then I try to tap into emotional value all at once. So it's like the ultimate value proposition I can create with the interview. But that's what it is, right? Then my position in people's lives changes because there's a real value proposition where somebody wants that experience, right? And then that's it. That's all I can do with this. That's value to me. But value has nothing to do with money, though. Man. But if you actually, I just had to Google the definition of value last week and found this bless-ass LinkedIn article and shit. So, like, no, there's nothing to do with money and value. And that's the thing that people don't understand. Value has nothing to do with money. It has to do with everything else.
No, I can't say anything more, man. You totally hit the nail with the hammer on that one. Yeah, we should chase value more than we chase money.
And I think that with the experience you clocked, you can see the value in everything that you do, plus with the vlogging and shit. But anyway, so you come back into your world and you're not doing this MX shit. I saw that you linked up a little bit with some next peoples for sure in that era too, because y'all seem to be...
Which people?
Fuck, 30 something name of something.
Oh, 031 Avengers.
Yes, that I remember seeing that you somehow got caught up in that. And then because when I see you have a YouTube channel, I'm not gonna look at your first stuff. I'm gonna go to the bottom of the page. I want to see you like 6 years ago rapping. So I actually watched more of your old shit than I watched your newer shit.
Fire. And I've archived most of them because I've embarrassed, but
that's
what I mean.
Unarchive that shit, bro. It's just your history.
Okay, but hear me out. Understand that I live like my competitors or whatever, or people in my industry. You looked at it as a flop if you not popping with the views and all this shit. So imagine what that does to your self-esteem when you see double digits on something you put your heart and soul on. I'm just saying that the reasoning. I'm not saying it's right or wrong.
You just gave me a better idea though, because your reasoning's amazing. What? So you open up a Patreon, and then all of that shit's accessible through the Patreon.
Well, that's what I'm learning to do now. That a part of me always knew that when I press record on this damn thing while we're doing this album that no one knows of, I feel like it's going to be worth something. So I've got like hard drives and shit, like
oh my
just
gosh,
content
dude.
And moments,
That's Patreon fodder, my guy. You can just go collect Patreon people who want to get the behind the scenes shit you don't want public. Woof! I'm not even lying.
Bro, I'm trying to learn, man. I'm trying to learn, bro. Like I need to navigate these muddy waters and figure it out. Like I'm just in a situation where I'm learning. Like when Switch sends affiliate documents, I'm reading because I'm trying to understand. Because it's like I've been looking for something like this my whole life. Like
thanks for the bits, Golden Jenny. I'm gonna double down on this shit because I think you have something that's magic that I don't have, and I'm a little jealous. So I'm gonna give you free game. Not really jealous, but. You want people to have a reason to subscribe to you in this market. Retail's kind of dead because whatever, people are really into subscriptions and shit, like Twitch subscribers, Patreon subscribers. And you look at the way software, video games, it's all leaning towards subscriptions and game passes, and it's not really about buying physical retail things no more. Everything's about renting and whatnot. So one of the best ways to incentivize Patreon, as I've seen, is to have half your content basically be available to the public and then have the other half of it behind Patreon. And your next man's almost has me. I swear very soon I'm going to have to. He has hundreds of videos I haven't seen. And I know that I could binge watch that for 4 months. And I could pay $25 for that shit. And it's done, man. And I'm going to do it one day because I want all those videos I haven't seen because I love this guy's content so much. So what you have is that ability right now because there's going to be people that just want this MX experience. Bro, I'd be fucking... I'm like, yo, you're telling me you got like clips of you like 7 years ago doing goofy shit you don't want people to see? Well, then I want to see
No,
this,
I don't want them. Bro, I've unarchived most of my Instagram and my YouTube because you can't... Like you can, but imagine this, trying to navigate these corporates that are social media savvy, so they're going to look up. So what do you think they're going to say if they see a bunch of bottles and a bunch of people? It's not going to give off the right impression because you're trying to land a corporate job where you look edgy enough, but not reckless.
But if you get it, they're not going to pay for your Patreon, I promise.
No, I've got the stuff. Archived.
No, what I'm saying is there's no way these people, they're going to see you have a Patreon. They're not going to pay for your Patreon. So you just put it behind a paywall somewhere and then they only see it if they pay you, right? And that's where it gets good.
This is why this matters. Patreon is like the OnlyFans of the OnlyFans like for the creatives.
Yo, what's hilarious is Patreon came first, and OnlyFans is like the Patreon of like porn. It's like the other way around.
Well, I only know of OnlyFans because remember I said the American influence. So every second influencer in South Africa, these girls who are about this lifestyle only have OnlyFans. So yeah, man, I definitely need to check out Patreon. I know one of my favorite influencers, Joe Budden, uses it.
Oh man, it's huge. I've been using Patreon for a minute. I can't say I'm popping, but I can say a couple of people have been paying me for a minute, and at a psychological level it's big, but it taught me about the subscription market, where it's more about your ability to create the next piece of content than it really is about being the best. And I'm like, hold up, that's a game I can compete in. Fire. I can improve over time for the rest of my fucking life, bro. I'm in.
Exactly. Well, bro, I think I belong there.
No, it makes sense. But then it's like while you're doing your streams, you just have a little link to your Patreon. But it's also like getting subscribers on Twitch. It's the same shit. So like, as you imagine you had 1,000 subscribers on Twitch right now. Who the fuck cares what corporations think?
No, big facts, bro. Well, that's the plan.
But that's, I mean, it could take 5 years. I'm not really sure how long it takes. I'm hoping it's not that long. But I think that's the future of all music. Like, why would, like, you'll make more money as an artist than you will trying to sell shit. Isn't that like what we all learn through labels, is that selling music's not it?
No, it's not it. It's too, yeah, bro. Like the CDs are dead. It's streaming. Like we in the era where we're trying to figure out how much a stream is worth. Like if you're not a popping huge artist with 1 million views, can you live off that? What does it look like? What does it mean? So yeah, man. I'm gonna get on the platform, bro. I made notes of everything you said, by the way.
That's incredible.
So
yeah, I fucks with you heavy, man. All right. No, I'm super into it. Like, yo, if it can help, man, I'm gonna share the knowledge. I think anybody that can benefit from it. I think that that's the future. It's why I don't focus at all on retail. I don't even have a merch store right now. If you really want to fuck with me, you can subscribe in some way. But like at the end of the day, I don't know, man. When I have the right monetization schemes, I'll drop them. The right ones. I don't really want corny ones. And I think everything I've thought of is corny. So I don't want to do any of them. And that's where I'm at with
it. Bro, there's no such thing as a dumb idea. Any idea could,
You have ideas that you feel in your soul are corny. Those are dumb ideas to pursue. Right? You know what I'm talking about. Like, if you don't believe in that shit, like, if I'm going to sell you something, I have to believe in it so much that I'm going to take your money. Or I'm not going to do it. That's just Holden.
Yeah. No, bro, just on the merch thing and not having... Oh, so I did this in South Africa, bro. Like we sometimes very literal with like branding and stuff. So if my name is AB, for example, I'm going to write a giant AB that you see everywhere to say, it's me, AB. You know, like it's not very, hence why even my first project, it's like my face in your face. But I started moving, especially with the merch and just as an artist, started moving more into the ideas of what the actual music represents. And that's why I commissioned the painter to do the painting. But even just with that T behind me, it's not for mass consumption. It's like I want people to hold on to it as a collectible that means something to them, because it's literally the taxis in Durban that are only like this in the world that look like this. You know what I mean? Because all we get is Tupac graphic tees and things that don't resonate with the everyday people from...
But that's not corny at all. That's a fire idea. I don't have ideas like that about merch. I have ideas like that about a lot of things, but they don't come to me about merch like that. So when they do, I promise I'm going to jump on them.
Man, we need to talk, bro, because I can already Montreal. Like, bro, you... Yeah, like
well, I also don't want to, because there's also like a bunch of people doing Montreal culture merch, right? Like I don't want to just jump into the Montreal culture merch game all willy-nilly. I want to like have shit that's true to my soul, right? Like that's
1,000%.
And I don't know what that means yet in terms of visual representations of merch. So I'm like, I got logos. I do not want to be the guy that just throws my logo on shit and sells it. To me, that's not it. No. So I see that successful merch lines are based on lifestyle values. And it's really bigger than that. You've done that here. Shout out Hash.
Bro, you're really intelligent, man. I just got to tell you, bro, you're really very intelligent, bro. Like, it's important you know that as well.
I read a lot of books and I try to talk to people, and I'm really into like learning. I geek on learning. Like if I can learn some shit, like I'll feel like my day's enhanced. So like I downloaded an app and it was like a challenge: learn a thing a day. And I'm like, bitch, I'm gonna learn 10 things a day.
Beautiful.
And this was like years ago.
Beautiful.
I'm not just yo. You can like like how people act like you can't have an opinion on everything. I'm like, I don't think that's true. You just need to learn enough core systems, and they translate into every topic. You don't have to. You just have to know what you don't know, which
You
is
have
a
to know
lot.
what you don't know. Ooh, a wise man knows that he knows no better.
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't know a lot of shit, but like I can have speculative opinions that make people talk for days.
Mm. This guy's good, ladies and gentlemen.
I
Oh my
try.
word, bro.
I'm really into this whole vibe. But yo, you teaching me so much. Like yo, in my mind, I take notes from all this shit. I listen to how people maneuver their stuff. I look at your art. I look at your presentation. Like when you talk about your clothes thing, I see it in your music videos, right? It's not just like a random thing. I see how important that is, and I know that that shit's so important to so many people that it makes me like I see all these different elements that other people prioritize, especially when you go down graphic design line. So that makes you more
Mm,
of a visual person on that side of art. And it's like, yo, okay, I'm not that. I'm on a whole other tip. I'm a wordsmith with like copy. I do wonders with copy and voice and audio, so it's like you have to understand everybody's strengths and weaknesses as you maneuver through art. So something like merch would be simpler for you, in my opinion, just on who you are and the environments you were in watching these marketing campaigns. I know a lot about
mm,
community growing initiatives, which is a whole different ball
mm,
camp. That's like psychology, but not necessarily visual.
mm, mm. I respect that and I feel that, bro.
But like, so yeah, anyway, let's go back to you, Stills. So you're like in the 2015 era. Tell us a bit about what it's like to pivot into being a solo artist and to run through it in that era.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I touched on it briefly, but it fucked me up, bro, because I came from not music was my love, right? So I'm able to maneuver and somehow form a family through music. So you could think of the disloyal and the betrayal I felt on. I thought we were committed to a vision, excuse the pun, because that's a project that came in 2017. But I thought we were moving towards a unified goal. And for you to kind of whenever we're chilling hungry conceptualizing these songs because we took our projects as well and we all on this tip of we're going to do it and we visualize but you have the intentions of you want it for yourself. It kind of almost destroys the person who's invested emotionally on with the energy and love of creating the art. So it almost really destroyed me. And if I didn't have such a supportive strong family, I probably would have moved away from music or done something stupid. Uh, you know what I mean? Like that's coming from my dad. It's like, hey, you really went through it, man. Like that almost fucked you up. And I'm like, yeah. Uh, but like we'll get into that. So moving into a solo, it was quite scary, but it was also exciting because I was let down by the betrayal, but it added to the actual craft of the music itself because I was inspired to write about that because I thought how many more people could feel something by that. It gave me a strong polarizing way to conceptualize my thoughts rather than, yeah, let's make a song about dancing and then, like it's easier to want to dance if we all want to dance. But now if it's like, now I get to say what I truly feel about something I believed in, it comes off differently.
So basically, not having the group around allowed you to not have to worry about the impact of being in a group and saying what you want to say.
Yes, yes, but for some strange reason, and I suppose this is why I always show so much love and respect, because I feel that not yes, it did allow that. So meaning I could play around with the types of lyrical ability, like flexing lyrically and MCing, because as a group now we're a brand with notable popularity and we're going to gigs and we're moving a specific way. You kind of have to compromise on your individual perspective because you are part of a moving component and one like the Power Rangers, you all got an identity, but you're unified.
Love it.
so so I it gave me, I'm like, nah, I don't want to be a Power Ranger. I want to be this. So creatively, it allowed me to do that. But then it kind of took me. It's a gift and a curse because as soon as I started doing what I like, all the reason people like the group, maybe I didn't possess all those attributes. So I have to start from the ground now, trying to figure out what works for me and what's true to me.
Mm. Yeah, that's definitely a difficult process. I can imagine it's going to take some time and failure. That's the problem with it. Is there's a little bit of failure that happens in there, but I'd say you're clearly doing it to this day, so it worked. Therefore, it was all worth the effort. But like, so you're basically making what kind of content back then to support yourself? Because you were doing like more than just individual songs. It seemed like you were doing a whole bunch of stuff.
Well, it's remember I have a day job at this time, so I am learning what does a through the line campaign look like? How does it start from the idea to the actualization? So I was more in the advertising and marketing corporate headspace where I'm trying to be a multifaceted designer that caters for footwear down to apparel to pharmaceutical. So as much as I'm doing music, I'm sure you saw the freestyles when I had the big hair. It was kind of that time. What actually so I did that voiceover from one of the songs. And another big thing that actually happened over there is I was able to get my song on a movie that got licensed, and that was like my first time actually like getting money as a solo act outside of work. And it's like, oh yeah, here's a contract, splits, that kind of thing. So the music was still developed from being in a group because well, I don't know if you know, being in a group, everyone has an idea, but maybe they don't use all the ideas. So what helped me being a writer and stuff is that I wrote down the ideas I had for me and I thought it through. So when it came to trying to find the right producers and beat makers, it was all like doable to create a unique sound that worked for me.
So essentially, you leveraged the corporate marketing experience to create the ecosystem that you want that allowed you to find the right people. And so, are you like performing throughout this process of day jobbing, or is it more of like a creative?
No, no. I was more of a freestyles, do a few radio interviews, pushing, emailing my songs. It wasn't even like performance based. What was performance based is I landed, and this is towards because I was there for 3 years. Um, I landed a campaign with a brand called Hansa Cider, and I got to travel the country, and I was able to MC and host these invite-only sessions where we just drink the beverage and we call out some performers to come perform, like on that corporate steez. So I was able to do that, and I thought the money was looking really good, and but it kind of fell through, but it fell through after I put in my resignation. So I quit my job because of internal politics or whatever to pursue my dream and chase my dream and be the man. And with that solo project, I linked up with another two homies and we did the first independent tour in South Africa where we got to travel South Africa, and it was powered by Samro and Concerts SA. So we went around the country traveling. So I came up with this elaborate plan on how I'm going to take my career and my solo self to the next level. Ironic, it involved other people, probably. So we came up with this initiative. I'm traveling, I'm doing this corporate stuff, and I lose the contract, or the contract never ever came. It was just a few gigs that would sustain me for like 2 months. Now I'm in the third month. I'm wondering why my emails and phone calls are not being returned. And it was more like, hey man, that shit is never happening. Like, do whatever you're doing. So I got stuck in a crossroad after. So I came up, left the group, became solo while I'm working. Music was picking up, the deals and stuff was coming through. And then it just took a U turn after I put in my resignation, because I felt like I was working like a slave, basically. I was just like, nah, it's enough. Maybe I was jaded by I can do this myself, and I overestimated what I'm capable of doing, and I got a slap by reality. But I got into a position where it was like, okay, I have to do something. I have to figure this shit out. And literally nothing happened. Nothing happened. And what did MX do? He took a look in the mirror, and I just said, I need a retreat. I need to run away from everything. I'm like, run away to where? Is what my family asked. I'm like, I'm going to the ancestral home. I'm just going to chill for like 8 months. I downloaded a lot of positive self-affirming videos, a lot of books, ancient stuff, Infinite Waters on YouTube, As a Man Thinketh, all that good shit. I downloaded all that, and I went there with the notepad, and I went there with my music. Because the smart thing I did do is when I got those checks, I was able to buy like equipment and mics and small things like that. And I was just like, I need some time to myself and try rebrand or re-strategize how I'm going to come back and what I want. So yeah, that was, when was that? That was 20, okay, yeah, from 2015, so 2016, 17, this happened. And 2016, I lost my best friend, who I was in the group with, who kind of was my guy. And that fucked me up really bad, like just the depression and the anxiety, because it was like, why am I even still doing a job? Why am I doing music? What does it actually mean? So man, yeah, long story short, I went through the worst of it, but then I was able to kind of come up with a plan on rebuilding ideas I had about myself and how I wanted to come back.
Yo, it's so interesting.
And
It's almost like
yeah,
you created for yourself the environment that COVID created for the world a few years before COVID.
yes, yes, that's exactly it. That's crazy.
But
Because
that's
you need to imagine, yeah, you need to imagine, like when I say the rural outskirts, it's like very humble, man. It's very, very humble. It's like green, the sky is very blue, there's cows, there's fresh air, there's less cluster, there's less franticness. It's away from the city. It's basically inland in the countryside. So I just felt I needed that, because my whole life it was just like try, 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 try. You burn out, try, try, try. When you burn out, you try even harder. You know what I mean? There was just kind of that pressure from the family, from my peers who were making it in the industry. And I just was like, you know what, I'm actually really hurt, and I need time to me, to kind of ask myself, why am I doing what am I doing? Am I even in the right industry? You know, like when you ask yourself all those weird questions.
hold on,
Yeah, but
those aren't weird questions. Yo, like I read a lot of books, right? I started with like more self help shit, right? Because I mean, like you just end up wanting to know how to be successful or be better, and then you hear everybody reads the same shit, so you start reading their shits, and you realize, nah, like there's no way to be successful without visualizing a future. As in, like, actually looking into the future of who you want to be and deciding some shit or another. Like, you have to pick something in order to, like, actually do it. But how else are you going to pick something if you're not actually scrutinizing your choices and looking into your soul and being like, yo, am I in the right shit? Does this make sense? What is it? Like, yo, I had a goofy version of this conversation about pivoting into OnlyFans, where it's like I have to come to the conclusion that might not be
yes.
the right choice for my long-term vision. It might be like a literal logistical reality I could create and I could be good at it, but is it really the right choice for my future? Those are the things where when you internalize, you come to see what you're actually okay with, what you want your brand to be, what you want to represent and shit like that. So I really think they're not goofy. I think they're just like things people don't do that they should.
Yeah. No, bro, it's so hard, man. It's like, cause as you know, you don't fucking read one book and then I am the master wizard King Kai. I've got it figured out. It just reminds me, like, I think David Goggins, like you basically always trying to build yourself, and you have to take something that he calls the accountability mirror, and you fucking stare into the soul of that, and you need to ask yourself if you're happy or not, because as soon as you don't like certain things, you need to be proactive and understand what you don't like and start asking more questions. Like sometimes we don't like to scrutinize ourselves and why we do what we do, or certain thoughts are off bound or that might trigger me. But those are the actual things you need to move towards to help you actualize the person you need to become. So hey, bro, I had to look really hard and I haven't figured it out. I try to. I just try and make my music the actual real music, not the freestyling. I just try and make it as vulnerable. I try and make it as vulnerable and as honest as I can because I know that someone out there could be in a township, it could be overseas. Someone's going to feel that and it's going to help them. Me telling them how, because nothing sucks more than when you've got a bunch of negative thoughts and not knowing how to get out of it.
Yeah, I can feel that. That's a truthful thing. So I guess you're doing all of this as time's passing on. You're making your music. So you're kind of just dibbling into art and becoming a solo entrepreneur person. So what do you do after it gets a little complicated and you come out of your retreat?
Well, well, the retreat itself, bro, it's so weird, man. Like it's like I don't know, like the people I was around maybe either really made it or they really failed in the sense that they look back, turn their love on music. So I was in this crossroad where it's like, how am I going to do this? And I literally visualize myself, okay, I'm a content creator. What does that mean? Or a producer? Or because you have to look at what are your strengths and weaknesses throughout all these years. Have you just wasted your life? No, there's meaning. So I kind of told myself that, hey, I like clothes. I like creating content. I won't stop making music. I had to make an ethos or like a brand statement or a mission statement for my life.
Woo!
And it's on, it's on some, I want to, Black South African excellence. Like I want to stand for that. I want to empower that. I want to instill that. And I want to, like if I shine and I'm able to inspire others through what I do, everything I has a specific touch, then that's fucking goals, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was able to land a job at the biggest retailer in South Africa as a digital designer. And I've been promoted now, I'm a video editor. So I actually shoot with high-end equipment, cinematic equipment and stuff. So when it comes to so I had to visualize all those things. I had to realize that, hey, when I was in college, I was trying to make music. When I was in school, I was trying to do music. So music will always be a part of me, but then I'm not one of those guys who are lucky to just do music and he saved the day through music. My
Yeah.
mission is a bit more bigger than that.
Yeah, I hear you, my guy. I'm not exactly getting paid off of music, but I'm still making it. You could argue I could probably make a lot more money if I stopped making music. But no, that's not it. I mean,
Hey, I love that now, dog. It's confidence because
that's
you
not
believe
it.
it.
No, I know one day the music thing gonna pay me. It's just when and how and whatever. And I know in the meantime, but also like, yo, look at famous people. People act like famous people are famous people on like their fucking talent alone. Take that band, fucking Fall Out Boy. Fall Out Boy got famous when like the fucking bassist ended up on the TV show One Tree Hill. Right?
Mm,
That's some shit people act like didn't happen back then, but it was all over the place since time. Like, it's always been like you're more than just a musical artist if you're really trying to be in a certain tier of getting paid. Like, who is just a rapper? Not many.
mm,
Everybody's more than a rapper. They have a fashion line, they have a this, they have a that, and they brand themselves this way. But these things that they do outside of their music allow them to live life. Without life experiences, how do you make music that grows over time? Like, I think a lot of people get so caught up in the grind, and I did this myself at a certain point, so focused in the grind that I stopped living. And if you're not living, it's like, man, how do you get inspired? How do you like hit these next levels of shit? So then you start living again and you're like, nah, man, perfection's overrated. It's about being interesting, like coming up with some shit. That's what I like about Twitch. You can just fuck up on Twitch and it's alright.
yeah, dog.
Shit can,
1000%.
shit can be bad on Twitch, and people gonna come back the next day like, yeah, that was just yesterday. And I'm like, wait a second, bro. I put like no effort into like overlays and shit as an experiment because everyone was like, get your overlay game up. I'm like, okay, I'll do that. I'm gonna keep this shitty overlays that I found and not try hard and see what happens. You know, it turns out Twitch is just lit. They don't give a fuck about a lot of things. I mean, I'm certain there's a crowd of people that don't fuck with me because I'm not pretty, and I'm fine with that. But like, that's what it is. It kind of gives you that power to like just do what you want with it, and like, yo, everything you do, people are just supportive of, even if you think it's weird or whatever. So it's like, all these rules I feel like are just being rewritten and shit. But yo, how did you end up getting into Twitch?
Damn, you see, you caught me off guard. I'm falling in love with this overlay story and how letting go allows you to become like, I was really feeling that because it's like you flew it and you're not with it. And it's like, that's such a beautiful state to be in. And it's like, if only we could operate from that every day. But Twitch, as I said, bro, I was a weird, like, I know I'm a geeky guy. So there's been moments where I'm in the hood, for example, or I'm with certain types of relatives. And I was actually telling someone this yesterday. They're telling me about this trap rapper who they kill people and all this weird shit, you know? And I'm just like, bro, you here with me. Why are you bringing these vibes? I'm not that. That song about that is kind of about that kind of ethos where I don't care what you label me. I can still look street, but I could also be book smart. You know what I mean? Like, I love Common, I love Nas, I love that kind of thing. So how I got onto Twitch, I think over the years, just watching YouTube as a person who loves content, there's always like been these super chats and people always champion Twitch. So I created an account back then, probably out of curiosity, I think 2014, but I never used it until this year. And I think this year it was sparked off by the guy I told you, Maraza, because he is basically a blueprint of what I want to be. Because he has television production background, but he kind of built his own studio, and sonically and musically, he's just 1,000 miles ahead of everyone. And he's basically on my project Committed to the Vision, which I took out in 2017. But I think watching him on Facebook, and I'm like, oh shit, this is now, I'm out the slump, remember? I'm back, I've got the job. Now I'm trying to remember Black Creative Excellence and telling our stories our way. I'm on that tip and on that vibe. So I see this and I'm like, oh shit, he's killing it. He's not doing it now consistently. And I'm like, oh shit, this is genius. He is in control of his own thing. I'm nerdy, I know computers, I like recording, I like producing, I like creating content, I know how to shoot, I know how to color grade. I need to be here. Oh, and I like Xbox. I like games. I didn't play games too much, but I like games. So that's how I landed into Twitch. And then I realized, wait, Rolling Stones on here, Complex is on here, alternative news on here. This is a decentralized version of YouTube where it's free. This is what YouTube used to be, but way better.
Well, you know what it is about way better? It's that YouTube is always old YouTube was way better because you could suck. I don't know how else to put it. But you didn't have to be like what it is now. Like, yo, this content, I put it on YouTube. And the problem with YouTube is, man, people are just so used to stock footages and like a lot of trendy things. And all of your favorite YouTubers decided that they're going to go a trendy way for a minute, except for like the creme de la creme. So you have this small percentage of trendsetters we all follow the trendsetters. Those are the ones we all subscribe to. And then everybody else is a clone. So it's weird.
Sorry, what's the name? Creme de la Lime. What?
I don't remember what I said. You're right.
I thought it was someone on YouTube. I thought it was creme de la Lime.
Creme de la creme. I don't know if I said that. Fuck. I don't remember what I said. Sometimes I get like caught up in that shit, and I just like it's just gone in my memories until like later. But still, like basically the best of the best people out there, like the top ones. I think I was saying that. Oh yeah, I did say that. Yes. Yeah. So creme de la creme. It said it shittily. It's cream of the cream. It's like the best of the best. It's a French expression. So I just dropped in a French expression with a shitty English accent, and I didn't remember that I said it because to me it was just like
I thought it was a YouTuber.
Nah. So I was saying like the best of the best, right? So like you have your top tier talent, right? The best guy who does commentary videos or tea videos or gaming videos. And this is a really small percentage of people. And then there's like everyone else that's economized following these trends so that they can algorithm hop. Because like I made $25 off of 8,000 views off of some random shit. So if you know how to play the random shit game and you can do it well enough, there is cash flow in that, but it makes your content super derivative. And like authenticity isn't rewarded algorithmically. So because YouTube is so fucking algorithmic, like it's weird. But Twitch's entire growth strategy is more like a multi-level marketing scam where it's more related to how much effort you put into seducing people to come in. It's mad finite. Twitch is not gonna last forever. Whoever comes in now is better than the guy who comes in 6 months from now, and it's gonna be like that till it's being a gaming Twitch streamer in 2021, you know. But we're not there with music yet. Music's in a good place for like the people who've already got their shit going on, you know. Same thing with interviews.
Big facts, bro.
So I'm doing both. I'm doing the live music and I'm doing the fucking interview shit because I think both those spheres are about to grow and then get shitty. But by then I'm a partner, so I might, you know, like that's how I look at that shit.
Hey, that's the partner goal. How long have you been streaming, bro?
Since November, late October, November, like consistently. And I don't know how to measure the success of this or not. I don't know. I think it's been fun because the value to me isn't really growth in the way that you would go for it. I haven't tried to do goals to grow. I'm not a half-ass put up a goal thing. I'm more fascinated by the local opportunities this gives me. Like I have the opportunity to interview politicians in the Montreal election, little ones, the ones that nobody's ever going to talk to. And I'm like, hold on. That's you know what I mean, like, so I mean I appreciate the fact that people follow and subscribe and that there are people that tune in pretty fucking regularly and enough people that my heart is blessed to the rest of. If I never get more, I want more, but if I never get more, it's like yo, like I totally like feel like this is already bigger than I thought it would get. Like back in like when I started times, people kind of laughed and shit times. It's like, yo, nobody laughs no more. People give respect. People say shit like, well, it's good to see that you stuck with it and now it's going. Props to you. Shut the fuck up. You know, that's what I feel in my soul. Yeah, man, so it's like we've reached that point and I'm like, wow, I don't even care what, you can't take that from me no more. We've reached that point that you can't take that from me no more point. And it's fucking amazing. And
no, bro, and big props to you because I know Ismail shared with me that you were predominantly on YouTube prior, right? Like doing exactly what you're doing on
big
there.
Mistake.
So
imagine I've been on Twitch for 4 years. Oh my god, I'd be
well think of it like this. You put in the experience, so now you're on Twitch and your trajectory is a lot more different with that knowledge and experience like we were saying earlier on.
That's
and
true.
You connect the voiceovers, you did the book, all that shit.
It's not a real book. It's just it happened to be a book in a doc file. It's more like a series of articles.
Bro, take the credit, bro.
I'm real specific with the shits, but nah, I hear what you're saying, and I agree with you in a sense. But man, I should have started Twitch a good year or two earlier than I did.
Can you hear that?
A little bit, yeah. I can kind of.
Sorry, I think it's a subscription.
Oh, that's mad
Thank
cool.
you.
Shout out person who subscribed on your side.
Oh, it's a follow. My bad.
Thanks.
Thank you, Thank you, Bonnie. Appreciate that.
Shout out Bonnie for the follow. She said that's me. That's dope. I don't have any cool follow things. I have a bullshit stock default everything. I didn't try at all. Honestly, I have a theory where back to like promotion versus marketing. So like people put a lot into promo and they look at like graphical integrity as a promotional move more than an artistic move, right? And so like it's important to have an overlay. And I'm like, why? What does that mean to you? You gotta have one. Gotta look nice. I'm like, why? Why does it have to look nice? Riddle me that. How many people with bad setups have you watched in your life? A lot. But mine's gotta look nice. I'm like, why? You know, I couldn't answer that question. So I basically tried really hard to, okay, like there's symmetry and shit, like certain graphical design principles that you want to kind of try to follow, I accept. But like man, I want my shit to look so low budget that you don't think I'm rich.
Mm,
That's
mm,
really important to me because I'm not rich. I think sometimes people think I'm doing better than I am, and that's a bit of a blessing and a curse, right? It's cool that people think that,
yes.
but you're like, no, I'm not. If I could afford shit, I
Mm.
would, like, but like,
I'm with you, but I would like to pose a question to you that you could hopefully give me your honest
yeah, for sure.
opinion. Do you think the Mona Lisa, the picture of Mona Lisa, do you think she's the most beautiful woman in the world?
Fuck no.
Exactly.
But she's
So,
interesting to look at.
well, so is every person, a
Facts.
Matisse or whatever. But what I'm trying to allude, okay, to when you're asking why does it need to be a specific way, if you have the knowledge and the will to do so, to be exposed to that information, I mean, there's no right or wrong, which is why like maybe a TikTok will work or Vine or whatever. But it's kind of figuring out what works for you. I'm trying to say that sometimes infrastructure and symmetry and these principles are a necessary evil if you have the understanding, because if there's no principles, there's no hierarchy in
Well,
terms of visual communication.
so I totally hear you enough to say I didn't get purple lights randomly. But I also think that it's a crutch that a lot of people use
Mm,
at the cost of content. And I say that because you're like mad into the art and shit. Like you made sure that
mm,
painting was there on some specific reason shits, whereas I wouldn't have thought of that. You have deliberateness with this type of thing out of a passion for it. And for people who are like that, I don't think it's the same thing. That's like this
mm,
is your visual brand. And yo, to be fair, I visually want to represent a certain style. I deliberately go anti-fashion and things like that. It's choices,
mm,
like, right? So in a sense, it's more of a political stance. It's punk. It's the most punk I can be with
mm,
my shit. So I do agree with you,
mm,
and I tried hard
mm,
enough to make it look good enough to be good enough. But good enough is the
mm,
threshold I want. Like it's a weird aesthetic
mm,
I'm playing with visually. Why? Because
1000%.
like I want people to see that there are other options. And yo, because not everyone's ever going to be able to afford it, this, that, and it's the toolbox paradox where people believe they need XYZ thing um, in order to achieve a level of success. And when you get those things, you're going to be able to do it. And 9 times out of 10, you had the tools you needed to achieve the success already, but you
Uh,
chose not to move forward with it. And I rebranded that to think like a 17-year-old because they broke and you're not.
mm, I love that.
Yo, but it's for real. Like, how is it 17-year-olds be making musics and fucking bumping up on shit with bullshit and they're doing it?
Well, you see, that's what I would, you can't rationalize every single thing because as the individual that's experienced, remember that we've experienced life in a specific way. Like we're going to go into astrology and numerology now, but it goes back to that believing if everything is meant for you. It's basically, do you believe in purpose, karma, or it's like, what is informing your perspective to what you are getting? Because who knows what the next person's, and this is why I stopped, because being bitter or being angry or holding on to feelings of resentment during that retreat, it was one of the epiphanies. I wish I had a cool story and said I met a monk. I wish, but it was just more like, what does it mean? It means nothing. Um, Everything is based on the focus you give it, because maybe that kid who's 17 years old has been doing it since he was 5, but we don't
No, they
know
have a
because we are.
lot of ways. I started talking to 17-year-olds. What I mean though is when you talk, and even in your story at 17, you were doing shit that we can think like a 17-year-old about, right? Like you go back to that
Yeah.
era, tape recorders, boom, 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 thinking like a 17-year-old. What that means to me is as we get older, we add limitations, barriers, quality
Mm,
thresholds, and 17-year-olds don't have that because they don't give a fuck. Maybe they don't know better. Maybe they just don't, they can't, but they often will
mm,
pursue regardless of the lack of
mm,
tools and then somehow be intuitive enough to like create a beat on an iPad that sounds as good as you using a DAW type thing or whatever program people use. And so
mm,
like you start seeing these mad crazy innovations coming from people who lack the fiscals but are forced to rely on creativity. So it's like I realized, yo, I need young people around me like crazy if I ever want to
uh,
because they're
No, 1,000%, 1,000%, because they have the as you're saying, that creative, and not even creative, man. Um, because everyone has energy, man.
yeah.
There's think of Salvador Dali. Like, we don't know these people, but till today, there's this guy I absolutely love. He's a contemporary artist from China, Wayne Chi, I believe, and he's a political activist through his art. But there's no limitations to the creativity. So I don't want to cripple it by saying you need the young, but there is a certain innocence that youth presents to you that allows
Yeah.
you to not overthink shit.
But I would actually argue if we go back to classical art masters and shit, they often surrounded themselves with young people all the time, and you could argue in some cases jacked young people shit throughout history and time since time because it's like a dynamic thing. Mentorship used to be like mad common, and one of the blessings of my life is I got to accidentally mentor a dude 7 years younger than me, right?
Mm-hmm.
That teaches you what the fuck you used to be like, is all I can tell you. You're basically constantly facing yourself from the last era forever. Keeps you fucking
No,
humble. But, and then if you go
I
younger,
agree.
we found like 20-year-olds. Man, these 17-year-olds are teaching me about how to or 20-year-olds more than 17-year-olds are teaching me about how to use Instagram and shit in different ways. Like, bro, why are you overthinking it? Just do it. And I'm like, oh, you're right. Why am I worrying about if my angles are good? And then I just started trying. But then you know what happens when you start trying? You get a little bit
What?
better at angles. All of a sudden,
Yeah,
your
true.
selfie game gets a little better. You get a little, oh yeah, the camera's there. I have to remember to look that part, shit like that. Why? Because you went from like being afraid of the shit to like doing it by accident. And now you're more like a 17-year-old because you're just doing shit and you're not worrying.
No, bro, and I absolutely love this tangent we're on, but I agree, because when I look at objectively speaking, the threshold of productivity of releasing product music at the time, it's so much more higher at a young age. Now I've got a ton of music. I haven't released because it's not mixed well. Oh, I hate the way I said that. I am so hypercritical to what it is, but back then I didn't give a fuck, and it worked. You know what I mean? So I mean, there's a powerful lesson in that, in not overthinking and allowing things to be spontaneous and easy.
But I
I
mean,
agree.
like I heard you do a whole bunch of off the domes the other day. I can't say I've been peeping your Twitch. Somehow I wasn't like following you for this whole time. My bad. But when I did watch
Oh,
it, it
that's
was
cool.
like mad blessed, man. You just integrated all these freestyles and these energies, and you were just rolling with it. And I'm like, bro, I don't think you have to stress. I bet your bad shit's amazing.
Hey, bro, I'm just so hypercritical, but it's that, which is why probably I'm happy that I've got that in the arsenal, that unscripted thoughts type of segment, where it's like I'm supposed to not think of it and judge it too much. Because have you ever felt how liberated you feel when you just let go and you just be? So I don't know, man. Hopefully it grows into something.
No, but you also have to just think about it like, how are people listening to music right now? Because we as artists tend to go down this path a lot of like looking for this perfection shit. How many people do you really think have good headphones? Not many. How many people do you really think are gonna actually be in the club being cognizant of the shit you're caring about? No, they're drunk. So already it's pointless then. It just has to sound good in the environment. It doesn't, like. So we start getting into it, and you realize first of all, Spotify compresses whatever the fuck you did. YouTube compresses whatever the fuck you did. All of them do. When it says processing, when you upload your shit, that means we just fucked up your mixing, my guy. So it's like we do all this shit, and then I just started doing bullshit mixes, and Spotify made it sound a little better. I'm not gonna lie. So it's like they're already kind of making it sound better, just because they want you to feel incentivized to not try as hard and to put out more content faster and shit. And then, so at the end of the day, how does this play out? Motherfucker on an iPhone 6 with a shitty speaker playing it with his boys in the bus stop. It all
No,
sounds like ass, you know what I mean?
no, I completely agree with you. And even like with hip hop, like there's this trend, well, there was this trend of overly distorted 808s, for instance, that literally peak because it's meant to be digested like that. But we should, and this is where things could go wrong. Yes, you figure out stuff through caring less, because you're getting to it, but it mustn't get to a dangerous place where you lack the craftsmanships because it's still an art to it.
I hear what
Meaning
you're
that,
saying.
yeah, it's not any Mickey Mouse. We still, like, with age comes wisdom, and if you don't apply it, back to the thing of, we can't challenge the youth because that's them. So with your informed experience, yeah, like,
Yo,
how do
I
you?
got one answer to this whole thing. Let's go back to the
Yeah,
legends of time, because we don't even have to answer this from ourselves. There's one thing that the internet didn't capture that we all didn't get when we did our studying, and that's the
well,
amount of shitty mixtape verses that all of our favorite
yes,
rappers have.
facts,
I'm
big facts.
talking like, if you ever copped one of these old school, yo, bro, it could be the shittiest radio recorded to this cut. That was a mixtape version. So while they had the, we'll call it studio quality tier of commercial album music, they also had a high influx of bullshit quality music available for all of these random DJs in their places. So like, as I talk to
Yes.
people from New York in a similar fashion, or from New Jersey and places, they would frequently talk
Mm,
about how they would go to the local mixtape guy week over week
mm,
and consume music in high frequency to find out
mm,
whose albums were worth buying. So in a sense, what I
mm,
think we've done is we've focused so much on the album tier that we forgot that there's this whole other low quality grind we're also supposed to be pursuing in some way. So it's not to say it at the cost of one, it's that we can't
mm,
forget about the other one. So I have studio projects, we'll call them, that are in the works, but that shit takes forever. Got to deal with the
mm,
this and the that's and the people. So I started doing these off the dome mixtapes. They're bullshit in my opinion as far as
that's dope.
studio quality goes, but that, it's like, to me, just segments of my career. By doing them all, I have studio albums. I have this. I've done this. I've done that. But like, if I can have 500 songs out, I guarantee you everybody's gonna start finding things they like in that a lot more than if I don't have 500 things.
Frequently.
And people like will go, well, hold it, nobody has attention spans. I'm like, then why the fuck are people like Papoose dropping albums like they doing? Why are
Mm,
independent rappers doubling down on releasing more music independently? Like, that seems to be like the move if you're going corporate with this, is to put out as much music as possible. It's not
mm,
2015 no more.
mm. No, big facts, big facts.
So I don't know. So it's like, yeah, I agree. There has to be that tier of like nice quality shit. But you also I'm calling it the middle class tier of rap. Like, if you look at a
Mm,
society, if the middle class is dying, I think it's also dying in music. Like, yo,
mm,
how do we even sustain the really popular artist if nobody's making middle class music? How do you bridge
big
that
facts,
gap
bro.
between rich people and poor people? It's what the middle class is supposed to be, Like, it's weird. It's just, but okay, you have to like care about macroeconomics and shit, which is not maybe a popular topic, but like, it kind of
Mm,
correlates into systemically why there's a lot of problems in a lot of scenes. It's that there's not many people trying to just do low budget shit in great frequency, so that there is a way that you could
mm,
attract some fans that give a shit regular. Like, I go live like all the time. Okay,
mm.
like that should be ludicrous, no? And yet I'm more popular than when I wasn't doing that. So
No, that's, you see, and this is the beauty of our conversation, is that we the information, like, that's an insight right there, because you're absolutely right. Why are we all trying to attain this opulence perfection that is not attainable? You know what I mean? Like, why are we trying to sound like we in multi-million rand dollars studios when you can utilize the technology within the comfort of your own space and releasing more? Because through doing, you actually get more better. So that's actually a very valid point.
but it's not, and it's to not even dismiss it. I'm saying you also do what you're doing. Like, while I was making these mixtapes, I had to re-record the vocals on my studio shit because Mans was like, "You sound high and tired and with a dry mouth," and I'm like, "Fuck, that is the most specific go fucking re-record your shit criticism I ever got in my life."
Who said
The guy I
that?
wanted to feature on the project, so he did his
Yeah.
verses in it. So if that guy's saying that to me, it's like, okay, I can do better. So I did, and it's worth it.
Mm,
But that's like a certain tier where, like, yo, it has to sound a certain way because we're aiming for a certain market, blah, blah, blah. My mixtape shit is, if you want to listen to me rap about fucking boring shit or interesting, whatever you feel, it's super Montreal. Like I have a song called Buy Montreal Beats and a song called Steal Montreal Beats, right? Like I'm really into this. Like I redid my Spotify thing, so if you're on a computer, it says Steal Montreal Beats on a bunch of my social media platforms. In the way that you're pushing your mantra, for me, it's like, yo, Montreal got something to say. Like English Montreal. We're not Montreal, we're Montreal. It's a very different thing. So I want to like push that culture everywhere. It's why I wear this hat. It says Montreal on it. It was like the only Montreal shit I had when I started. It says Montreal's finest, and it's got a cat. If you get the
Cat, hey, fat cat.
and yeah, so it's like this whole like vibe of trying to like build around a Montreal, B marketing, like just me. So you nobody else can write this shit. It's just like, yo, we had a conversation about pickles. I wrote the
Mm,
song off the dome date completely. I don't like pickle chips.
mm,
Bro, I don't even know, man. It's natural shit. It's just whatever comes to my mind in the moment. And I know that I probably am not gonna put any marketing budget into this because fuck that shit. It's all like, if it works, it works. If you like a song, listen to it. I'm gonna have so many songs by the end of the year on this project though, that at the very least, I think I can be able to say I released more music than most people in my city. And I think that sentence is gonna be worth something.
mm. No, that's a big, like, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work type of mantra. It's I'm going back into that thing I was saying. It's like, how do you measure? What is your metric for what you deem as being successful at it? And as long as if you know what your ingredients and how you're measuring it, and you know what to attain and what quality and how, then the sky is ultimately the limit for you, because you up against yourself, which is the way to go. Because seeking others or comparing to others, you end up going into this limbo state where it's just an infinite, you'll never be what they are, or they'll never be what you are.
Yo, but it's also
So
like I'm really bad at that shit, bro. I could never fake being something that like trend hopping and shit, bro. I'm just it doesn't work. I'm like that
no, but
weirdo guy when I tried it, so I wasn't even like I could like fake. I can't fake it well enough. I had no choice. This is it. This is my only
no, no,
path.
no. I'm not condoning or
Nah, I'm just like
promoting.
putting it like that. Like so, it's like I hear
Yeah,
you, but
no, 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 no. I'm saying for you to even do music, like you asked me, you have to have influences.
that's true.
How do they influence you? Because now we're not going to go so alternative or abstract where you're not even. There's a reason. Maybe you like.
Well, there's
You
technique
know
and
what I
shit,
mean?
right? So there's a technique
Exactly.
side to it, but that's whatever. A lot of people can technique, but artistry is different. Artist is
Mm,
like, I have a message in my soul and it has to get communicated. That's the part where I feel the content. The technique is
mm,
just go look at what you like and figure out what you like about it and emulate it. And my best advice is
mm,
stop asking people what they think.
mm,
I mean,
mm.
I have people I ask what they think. People,
Yes.
individuals that I really give a fuck about their opinion about particular things. But like my best friend is a comic book making guy who likes glossy pop rap.
That's dope.
But he likes glossy pop rap. That's what he's expressed through his interest in me. So when he gives me advice about my music, I'm like, cool. You're not even bumping my shit. You're just looking for what you want out of it. His feedback is effectively useless to my success. He's not my fan, and I don't want him to just become my fan because I conform to him. Instead, it's
Mm,
like I should probably be out there trying to be unapologetically myself with my content. Stylistically, bro, it's math. Like, whatever. I'll just fucking rap how I feel like it needs to sound on that shit, and 100 songs later, it'll be better than today, I promise. But, like,
big facts. Big facts.
and like,
Big facts.
content, I read a lot of books and shit. I'm pretty sure I can just fucking keep rapping about whatever random shit. So I stopped caring. Like, yo, I've done concepts, I've done shit that's nifty, I've done albums, I've done all of this. And you know what? It's not as fun as rapping about pickle chips and fucking and whatever just pops into my head in that moment. And it's not like off brand though, it's always me. You
Mm,
probably couldn't write this shit because I'm not writing it.
mm.
I'm just off the dome in the whole thing, and it's mad fun to the point where it's like I don't want to write right now. I just want to do this for a while, and then I'll go write later on when I feel more like I want to write again.
No, exactly. It's understanding what works for you. But beyond understanding what works for you, it's what's true to you. Because if pickled mushrooms, for instance, are my thing, and I've got a emotional attachment to it and it means something to who I am, then yes, there is going to be deep value in it. I think the really great artists use what interests them and what's actually really who they are to kind of, as I said, be an alchemist with what they do.
I,
Because nothing beats writing something that's true. No one says what kind of truth it has to be. It just needs to be true and honest.
and if you're supposed to be authentic to yourself, I do think that every artist the ones that I've admired have always represented somebody bigger than themselves. It's always
Mm,
been like leader of movement, rebellion type shit, or like even a lot of the
mm,
greats in history, even the Beatles are counterculture. I know it's weird, but they're sort of counterculture in their way that they approached music and stuff until they weren't. Um, but like a lot of that stuff has always inspired me too. So it's like, so who do I represent? Was a big question. I actually had the opportunity to have a coaching session with a guy worth 9 figures. And that's a kind of weird
mm.
privilege in life, right?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
And so I was telling him about all of my ideas, and he's like, "It's super great, dude." And he basically politely said, "I could steal every idea you've given me. Give me something I can't steal." Was what he basically. What is unapologetic? What is you? And it took me. I haven't even fully answered it, but I haven't been able to go back to him. That question was so
Mm,
big. That's the $1 million question. What can you do in life that nobody else can do? Skill no longer matters here because everybody can learn the skills you've learned, right? Like, and it changed
mm,
a lot for me in deep ethereal ways because, like, fuck, man, everything I can do, you can copy. That's weird, right? When you realize that.
mm,
So now you have to like start approaching it in like the fucking newest ways possible. How do you innovate and how do you? So then I realized that this just translates into what can you do and this is what Amazon did. This is what fucking
mm,
Tesla did and everybody. What can you do that's harder than everybody else is doing for longer? If you can do things that are very hard for a very long period of time, nobody's going to really do that because they don't want to put that effort in. That's what
mm.
my big
Big
conclusion.
facts.
That's how to become excellent.
No, 1,000%, bro. Like I can't add to that. I can just say that it's very inspired by the conversation, bro. And I hope to emulate that. And like this conversation was just based on that. Like we already tapped in and it's already in the process, like of evolving the way we think about how we approach content and what the future holds and musical ideas. So man, I'm super excited for this. I'm super excited to stay here. I'm gonna drop more fire. Like, bro, I'm not here, bro, like to play. There's one thing that even I admire about myself is the persistence and belief in knowing that it's going to always get better. So I kind of treat my whole trajectory, creative excellence type of
Oh
mantra
yeah,
thing with
Ismail.
that.
Ismail literally brought it back. A question I was
What
supposed
did
to
he say?
ask before, and I forgot because I said the time wasn't right. But it was a good question. And if I
What
was
was it?
any good documentaries about the Zulu that are not like shit, as in you would like co-sign that.
Well, Shaka Zulu's the one done by the SABC was quite phenomenal. It's the most almost accurate description that we kind of grew up on. I'll send. Did Isma ask that? I'll pop that to Isma. Hopefully YouTube has got it up.
I'm pretty sure
Hopefully,
it was
but
somebody else that asked it though. Stills, and I don't know if they're still with us because they asked it like 2 hours
just
ago.
just just yeah, bro. How long have we been going?
No, we have definitely passed 3 hours, my friend.
Nah, bro. I think, man.
3 hours.
Gosh, bro. This is just this is crazy, bro. Like,
When you said to me
yeah.
how long is it gonna be, you book 4 hours, and I'm like, yo, you don't understand. None of y'all ever understand what it's gonna be, but yo, just yesterday, this dude comes over. He told me flat out, I refuse to let this interview be 3 hours, right? And at 2 hours 40, he's talking about how he was telling me that before I had it. He's like, you're good at this, and I'm like, yeah, this is what I can
No,
do.
dog, you're phenomenal at this, bro. You're really
Well, I'm just
phenomenal.
naturally curious. This is like okay, because people don't get that this isn't to me about trying to grow content. This is about walking into corporate environments and being able to say, I know shit because. So part of a slide on a presentation I made at work was I've talked to 109 creative professionals. Now it's 112 or 11 since then or whatever, right? So that number goes up. So this shit actually kind of adds credence to my ability to charge corporate fuckers. I want to Robin Hood the shit. I want to go charge corporate people a lot of money and bring that shit back to the hood.
You see, that's the mentality. Remember, I told you that James Bond espionage thing.
Yeah, that's
It's
exactly what it is.
it's yeah, man, 1,000%.
Everything here
Just
comes
on
from
the
that. Like all my whole
no,
life is that.
bro, and I absolutely loved what you said about. I even wrote it
Oh
down.
my
This is how you
gosh,
know
it's
I
fucking,
definitely.
it's so flattering, yo. It's flattering as fuck, man. That's
Well,
blessed.
you spoke to over 100 dope creators. You bound to know a few things besides you even being
Yeah,
a
but the fact that you
dope creator as
recognize
well.
that shit, that you treat it like that, man, that's humilities and shit. Yo, a lot of people isn't like that. So I have to recognize things that I admire in people.
Knowledge can really change your life from where I'm from.
Oh, facts.
I know it's the same everywhere. I love that you said authenticity is not rewarded by the algorithm when you're referring to the YouTube platform, because it's like what I've been thinking for like long, and why the Twitch wave. Like I know it's not related, but like just that train of thoughts and where it's going to go.
Yo, man, if I
Super
look at
calm.
my social blade, my social blade told me in 5 years I'll have 50,000 followers.
Mm-hmm.
How soul crushing is that? 5 years to get 50,000. No. Like you guys might go, wow, 50. No, dude, you need like at least a hundo to monetize here. So if in 5 years I only hit 50, that means I'm trash according to Social Blade. And I'm like, but people keep watching and telling me I'm not trash. So what's up with that, right? Oh, the algorithm hates me. It does. Algorithmically, I am garbage content because there's not a lot of people who do album reviews like I do, which is why I don't do them. It's like there's no community in what I do. So it's like me trying to fight YouTube, and nobody fucking wants to come on Twitch for it either. I tried. It wasn't like people were jumping on that shit. So it's like I don't want to make content that nobody wants to watch until like you at a certain point of fame, you can do what the fuck you want and people will watch it, and then I'll do it again. But at this point, it's like these interview shit's weird. People really, well, it's not weird. People really like it. But
Yeah.
like, and I don't have to be like positive all the time, so I like it more too. I can be more
Yeah.
authentic. You can't be mean in album reviews, bro. You have to love everything, because the only
Mm,
people watching an album review are people that like that shit. So it's like, it's just this
well, that nerdy Fantano guy is quite.
te-
What's his name? Nerdy Fan.
Anthony Fantano, but I like that you called him that. Isn't it?
I don't know. Yeah,
He's nerdy,
algorithms.
so it's funny
But
that you called him
he
that.
no, but I actually admire. You know who my favorite fucking music analyst in the world is? Nodwa.
Nardwuar's the greatest of all time. He's GOAT.
You
Shut up.
remember what I told you that? You remember what I told you that I am geeky? That's what I mean.
Yeah,
I
but
love the
Nardwuar
fact
is
that
like
he's unique.
GOAT. He is the guy. And why both those guys are interesting is because both those guys did shit no one else was doing. But everybody after Anthony Fantano is either trying to become Anthony Fantano or they're trying to become. Yo, honestly, there's a lot of racism in album reviewing right now. I'm going to be honest with you if we talk hip hop. Here's what's up.
No, but there's a lot of it just in general.
No, but I saw this thing in the album review world where I had to like be like, what's going on here? And it puts me in a bad position because it means I can't really succeed in this climate. And I'm being real with you. It has to do with the fact that these white dudes who spit like Eminem make Eminem sound like the go to Eminem, but they're all the ones with all the subscribers and shit. So what they do, and you may not catch this, is they shame people who don't adhere to middle class normative values. If you think about that statement, it's the normative values, meaning the culturally accepted things of the middle class. Not all the classes, but the middle class. That's that shit that people call common sense. Just so you guys think about that a little bit. So this common sense shit comes around. So, and you see it a lot because they're all middle class white dudes when you really break down their fucking lives and their value systems, right? That's all they are. But they're a culture of people that work together. But they all rap the same. They're Hobson clones. They do this type of shit. And what they end up doing is because people who promote other kinds of hip hop don't get the kinds of numbers, over a period of years, these guys have been able to shape a whole YouTube algorithm into making Eminem the shit again. And it's so weird to watch it play out until you start watching people dissect Eminem lyrics versus, say, like fucking Scarface.
Royce the 5'9", or Scarface.
No, but if you take Scarface as a better example, because he's Southern hip hop on a very different tip where you're not going to get the tricky shit. You're going to get a different, like, setup. He's aight, but, and then kind of almost judging him for his life. Whereas with Eminem, they're like, yo, bro, did you see how he split at the 2/3 of the fifths? Fucking, I'm like, I mean, yeah, I personally geek on that shit. But, like, when you realize it, is that, like, better? And especially when Canadians do it, and don't act like our literacy rates aren't better than other places in the world, right? That literacy rates don't impact things like your ability to write a certain way. So it's like people don't bring up these things when they judge cultures that are coming from places that are maybe not as literate as theirs. And so you realize there's a lot of subtle racism in this entire genre, and it's like, fuck me, eh? I'm not gonna do that.
Well, yeah, man. I don't know. Since you know that I'm such a fucking lover of Eminem and his work,
this isn't about him, though. It's about the YouTubers.
No. 1,000%. I'm going to intertwine it to that. It's let's do the math. If I was black, I would have sold half. I didn't have to graduate from Lincoln High School to know that. When he told me that and I was in grade 7, I immediately understood that, hey, this is, not only does he understand the world he's in, it's always going to be an uphill battle. It's not a good way to think of the world. It's just kind of the way it is. Here's a classic example. His best friend is Royce the 5'9". They have an album called Bad Meets Evil. Yeah. Technically and all that stuff, he keeps up with them, but then he won't maybe see the same success. So to your point of it's a subgenre and algorithms and there's a conspiracy, it's absolute facts, because
you just have to like, but you just have to watch the people who get 6 figures, which if you're not getting 6 figures, you inevitably shut the fuck up and go do the analysis, right? You want to know who the best is when you're failing. And then you realize, I can't create this content on ethics. There were ethical, because I can't promote Tom McDonald. I think he's trash. I really think there's a lot of things I've fallen in love with within the hip hop culture that, like, you kind of have to understand why people sell crack to understand why they rap about selling crack. Like, if you don't understand why they, it's not the gangster. Yo, I've seen like these middle class people make these fucking songs where it's like, I don't live like those riff raps. You can come to me. I'll make a better rap. Give me dollars, middle class. I'm like you. Fuck those other guys. And then you realize this is like a gentrification of hip hop. And it's weird.
1,000%. Man, that's mind boggling, bruh. I feel that shit, bro. I really, really do. Bruh.
I mean, I try hard to not be that. That's all I can do, is to just not be that as much as I can not be that. I mean, it's not like always I'm going to go talk about it. I usually save this shit for the past 3-hour point.
No. But what's cool is that you're cognizant of it. The worst kind of type of humanity crime is the one that you're oblivious to. So for the fact that you are cognizant and you're aware of such, and you do something about it, you stand behind a specific type of ethics, that's more than enough. And that will transcend just doing something to conform and fit in.
Yeah, I think so. But like, also, I'm not trying to be a millionaire. That's not my goal. Like, being, a certain level of fame sounds terrible, because like then you can't fuck up and it sounds awful. I want to be like making enough money that I'm comfortable by my standards and I know what they are, and then like be creating an ecosystem where all the people around me can make their own money and we all good. And like, there's certain goals I have that are like that, but like at the end of the day, it's like, I don't want to be like famous, dude. That shit freaks me out when I realize, what happens? That shit is weird, bro. What happens when you can't walk up the street and like you can't jaywalk because a motherfucker might take a picture? Like I'm being like exaggerating. But then you look at the shit in China and you're like, 5 years, that could be Canada. It's not impossible. Let's not be fucking dumb about this. Yeah.
No, 1,000%, bro.
I'm like, it's probably not going to happen, but I'm more a little bit of a skeptical person sometimes. But it's like, I don't know, man. Being out there, that's what I liked about your shit. Even just watching you freestyle, even just watching you then put on for your because that was another cool thing that you do on your stream, was you put on for your peoples.
Yeah, but it's just like, bro, it's kind of like what's that syndrome? No, it's like survivor's remorse, bro. It's like you're so thankful and on it, but then it's like you're not there like that, but now you have to be the voice of it or shed light to it. But it's like it is what it is. I just try to keep the pen as honest as I can. I'm not perfect. Uh, I try to figure it out day
No,
by day. And yeah.
I mean, you play other people's music on your stream. You do like a lot of
Oh,
cool
you saw
stuff.
that?
Yeah,
Yeah, bro. It's not really a measure like in my fucking community and like industry or whatever. It's such a fucking dog eats dog, always will backstab each other. And it's like, bro, if we all about the arts, you shining shouldn't affect my shine because we are all meant to shine because we're all gifted with a gift. So it's so pointless trying to suppress or not bring light. I think when you empower others and you let others know, it actually not that you're doing it so it adds shine to you, but it shows that Ubuntu. It shows Ubuntu.
yo,
That's the
big
only way I can
facts.
describe it.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I started doing it because I knew it would bring shine to me, but then I kept doing it because I was like, this is a cooler way to live, and I'm pretty happy actually showing love to other people. It was like a happier way to live. But yeah, all the books kind of said give love to other people, and you look like selfish, and people don't like selfish people, and so like it's so like basic, right? Like just pay. Like if you wanna have a better success rate with the romantic partners, it's like listen to them. That's it. Just listen more. Shh. Listen. Ask more questions in a sincere capacity. It's like shit like that works so fucking well, and it sounds so basic, but like everyone tries to package it in these weird convoluted. Nah, it's just be curious. That's my whole strategy for these interviews. Be curious.
Curious.
I don't know. I don't script this. None of this was scripted. I have no fucking idea what I'm getting into anytime. Sometimes it's weird. Sometimes it's not. But I think it makes it like better. I've tried to like prep with people, and those were the worst interviews of the entire thing. They were awkward as fuck, even if they were long. So I like it better when I don't know what I'm getting into. I listen to some music. My gotta do a little journalistic integrities, but like
Yeah.
but nah, then you get these conversations where it's like this is what real people do, and that's what podcasting is supposed to be about. Like it's more humanistic than celebrity in nature of it, and I think that's why talk radio is so successful too. It's why TikTok works. People like TikTok because you can be TikTok famous with no talent. It is what it is. You don't even have to look good to be fake. You're just random. Like TikTok decides you're it, and now you're it, and then you run it. And if you're good at running it, you're good at running it, and that's what it is. So I think with like podcasting and talk and shit like that, people can kind of picture themselves having that conversation with you, and that's what makes it. And so that's why we try to do it like this. Whoever this is, they know who the fuck MX is as a human a little bit more than they did beforehand.
Oh man, I appreciate this so much, man. Like as I told you, bro, it's like such a psychological like barrier when you actually not sure if you're even being heard or if it even matters. So just for the generosity and the humility that you are able to empower others and give them a little platform, just to make them feel it's so deeply like appreciated. And I don't know how to ever reciprocate this, but just maybe, hey, I'll keep sharing
Man,
music, I'll keep sharing stuff. You know what I
exactly. Just
mean?
be you, man. Like it's all like a circle. Like this isn't just like a one-sided thing. Just everything you said, man. There's knowledge nuggets all over it. Your perspective is powerful. Just being like a person. Like I don't know if I ever come to South Africa, show me where the eating is at. Like that type of shit.
No, but you know what and with you as well, you've added so much value, just like in terms of like how to go about and just your insights and your perspective are also greatly appreciated because I believe this conversation is going to initiate and help inspire, like for me at least, it's added to me and I'm indebted to you for that. So no matter what you need, I got you. And I
I
like to let
appreciate
people
that.
know that.
Yo, just the fact that you're even willing to say that to me is like beautiful. I mean, I have conversations like this all the time. Off cam, there are definitely people who recognize the value of the whatever. But just the fact that you're like that is dope, man. that energy's, that's why I wrote with amazing energy. Sometimes I don't know what I'm even saying, but that's what it is, right? I just write this shit on the Twitch things. I look at your shit, I go whatever, this is what I feel. And that's it. Your energy is fucking amazing. I don't know how else to put it. It's just definitely not like the average of what I've encountered. And I think part of why Ismail is going to feel like it's a top 5 even is just that it's so different and it's so positive and it's so interesting. And a lot of it is because it's not like the other interviews in the sense of the tone. And because how often do I talk to somebody that's not even on my continent? You know, like
we don't do that every day now.
It's like you don't, you know, like, and I don't know, I'm still at that point where it's like, yo, I'm still feel like a kid inside. It's like, bro, man, this is like South Africa, like, bro, like that's like really South Africa. Like, bro, if you saw me there, dude, I'd be like the entire time. I don't even know how I'd be a person around people and like, yo, you don't want to travel with me. I'm a fucking moron. I'm not able to be myself. I'm too excited. I'm like, bro, there's a post. And people are like, okay, Holden, you're taking it too far. I'm like, we do not post like that in Montreal. Shut the fuck
up. Bro, I think you'd love it over here and you'd actually be quite surprised. Like, it's very, despite all the fucking political weird bullshit I told you, it's like a very loving country which is diverse, so we're used to the versatility, and the weather is the best thing we have over here. No lie. It's winter and you see how like I'm just always in it's very, very good.
No, I feel that. Food. I mean, the truth is South Africa is painted away like when you go to travel as a Canadian, they're like, bro, hire an armed guard type shit. And you're like, okay, that's scarier than not places that have that requirement. But like, I don't know. I went to Pakistan and Israel. I'm really not afraid to go to South Africa.
Yeah, no, dude, if you've been to Pakistan and Israel,
not afraid. Nah, zero fear. Because, I wouldn't go there unless I had plugs. Like, I'm not going there unless I have somebody that I'm like, okay, you are going to make sure I don't die. I'm not going there unless I have that. And let me break it down. It isn't because I'm afraid of, like, what you might be thinking of. It's like you might say some dumb shit that you don't know is culturally offensive to a gangster type shit. And you don't know who the fucking gangster is up in South Africa. You don't know shit about shit. You don't know that a hand gesture is bad or whatever. You need somebody with, in Pakistan, I had somebody that was able to be like, bro, and then give me lectures when it was necessary so that you know how to walk into a store and negotiate proper. Like, I want that shit. And I had that in Israel. So unless I got that shit, somebody tapped into the local proper, I don't even want to do it. Because then I know I'm going to get fucked somewhere on that journey.
No, big facts. Just to add to that, and it's kind of weird because it brings it full circle. Tupac once said something very interesting, and I hope I'm not misquoting it, but he said, if you spit that shit or talk that shit from your heart and you truly mean it, you can go anywhere because people will always feel that. So, like, with due respect, like 1,000% keep someone, but when you know that you in line and you don't mean harm or anything, as long as if you're living from the goodness of your heart, someone will feel that. And
I feel that still. But like at the same time, you want to have somebody that's gonna watch your back if you're up in another country.
Yeah, well, the guy who said this has got Thug Life tatted on his tattoo with the AK-47. So
no, but I guess what I'm saying though is that like as advice to people, like, yo, wherever you're going is not like where you're at. Some innocuous shit could, but one time I told the girl she had a nice dress because I was just trying to be friendly, bro. I was perceived as flirting type shit in an Islamic country. Like, bro, you gotta be sometimes having some guides is all I'm saying, because there are legal. I heard of a story where somebody slept with a lady of the night and has a legal situation that got created in another country on some ignorance of the law shit. So what I'm saying is, like, you don't want to go to places that are not like where you're at with your level of legal framework and not have some guides who can be like, bro, don't smoke that blunt right now because...
No, big facts, bro. Big facts.
I don't know the rules. I don't know any of the norms. Yo, even across Canada, can you tell me Toronto is the same as Montreal? Is not. What about Calgary? What's cool in Calgary or not? You know, like I don't know. I couldn't tell you a shit all about that. I guess it's just being skeptical again, but having those people around in those environments in other continents and places was fucking helpful. like really
No,
helpful.
1,000%, bro.
And
1,000%.
I don't know how to tourist. I've never been a tourist like that.
Now, but I want to assert and let you know in confidence, bro, you won't come to Africa, man. I got you. South Africa,
that.
I got you.
Yo, it's
Like
actually like
you've seen my content. You know what I represent. As I said, I'm not fucking anything, but you know, I move around.
Nah, I hear you, man. One day the fiscals will. Yo, my dream is to be at a place where I could be like, yo, bro, I'm in South Africa. Let's set up a tour of people to interview. Plus, we do shows, and I get to go do the rapping, bro. That's like the future. We just have to manifest it to realities and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yo,
No, I'm gonna plug you with like a lot more content that will hopefully shape your. You see, my aim is, remember you said my perception of South Africa is Die Antwoord, and what was the other thing?
racism, racial
Racism.
tensions. Yo,
Yeah,
I
my
even
whole
even
thing.
if you Google South Africa right now, that's what's dominating the first page of Google. Is there's some turmoil over some political shit, and
Yeah, that's algorithms, but it is true. We're in a nationwide shutdown because of political reasons. But yeah, I should not talk about that
no,
because it's very,
I don't want.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's very,
I understood.
yeah, but it's, yeah. But what I'm trying to say is I want to take those two perceptions, racism and the Antwoord, let's look at that as red and green. I want to change your perception. In fact, everyone on Twitch, I want to show them red, green, blue, yellow, violet, pink, orange, white, whatever colors. I want to change perceptions and you see it in a different light and hopefully can add value to you in what you do and leave you inspired.
Yo, honestly, you got me thinking that we could even like, cause yo, at this point on the stream, whoever the fuck's still watching's invested in the future video, bro. If you watch this far, you're a fucking hero. You deserve a medal, person in the future watching this far for reals. But like, I'd be down to like do some shit where like we like I don't want to do like proper album reviews, but we could do like a cultural series where like we just run some co-stream shit. This is like a legit thing. So we run some fucking maybe Sunday morning fucking we all run through an artist, etc. And then we could even run it both ways. One week we do fucking your place, then one week we run Montreal.
No, I'm with that. I'm with that, bro. I've got so much, and my girlfriend always tells me this that, bro, like the amount of just rappers I know, bro, like with different stories, just rap. There's still guys in the industry. So I hope that we are able to do that and actually cross reference some styles and draw I'd love to do content like that. That sounds dope.
And then it's like we could even go as far because it's more of a music listening stream to even have more people like jump on the call as time goes on. So it's not, this could be big in terms of a cool international show, because I instantly thought of a few people that like, the more streamers you get involved in this type of thing, the better for this type of thing. Because what's fun.
No, I feel you.
Anyway, that's the logistics we can work out after. But that's honestly why I do this. I told people at work in that same presentation that my mission is not views. It is not dollars, because views is not dollars. It is connections made. If I can increase my Rolodex and the number of people I know, my value will become insurpassable to most people I know. That's it. I just need number of contacts to be higher than that's it. The guy with the most contacts is the most power, is what I understand entertainment to be.
I'm with that, man. But I'm not knocking that. I know a fuckload of people, but then it's like, does that mean value?
Yeah, if you know what to do with it. There's other pieces
no,
to the puzzle.
You see that. I think the latter is more important because I've literally got 2,000 phone numbers on my phone book. But what does that mean?
Oh, just make a repository of your city's fucking thing, create a Google, organize it behind a website, create short bios for each of these people, boom, boom, dominate Google local. Now you create a power position where people want to be there. But I'm telling you, ideas are easy. The issue I often face is the logistical
This
realities.
guy's smart.
I'm ready to go on that front. But then it's like, how do you get... Anyway, there's other stuff that goes into it that makes that conversation get more complicated as you deal with more people. But... Yes. I mean, end of the day, if you have the contacts organized correctly, it's a data set. And if you have a data set, that's power in 2021. It's just facts of a situation.
I feel you, man. We're going to definitely link, bro. gonna definitely link and do more ish because I'm a man of ideas. But more than ideas, I love to execute and materialize the thoughts that I have, no matter how long they take. So
That's
I'm
what
like
it
a man
is.
of my mission, man on a mission.
Yeah, I'm always trying to like think of what to do with it all, because ideas are ideas until you do it. And sometimes it's like you gotta sit on an idea until it's like, yo, I had this idea of playing Among Us and bumping Montreal hip hop and creating a culture of doing innocuous regular person shit while Montreal hip hop plays, but it didn't
Oh
catch.
shit, that is sick.
Didn't
That's sick though.
catch. Couldn't make it work. Nobody wanted to play ball. Okay, fine. Let me go get more famous. We'll try it again later on. And then once I'm at a certain cloud position, people will just want to be there and it'll be easier. So it's really like, okay, fine. So if I want to execute my ideas, I have to do X, Y, Z things and blah, blah, blah. But I never let the ideas go because I know certain things can be like powerful. And it's not Among Us that mattered. It was doing boring shit. And honestly, I don't even want to fucking play Among Us. It was not my favorite. But like, I loved the listening to Montreal hip hop because everybody there, when they found out it was that playlist, was just them in the city. Yo, you're sold on the city now. You're like, wait, that's all Montreal? Yeah, of course it is. We're that good. But nobody believes we're that good because nobody does boring shit and listen to it. You know what I mean? Like, so like, I'm on these missions like that, and it's hard to like fully visualize them all sometimes. But then you go talk to a dude in South Africa and you're like, okay, cool. So if I can't fuck around with people in my city, imagine saying I'm doing a show with a guy in South Africa. Okay, now your whole fucking shit looks different.
Yeah, but remember, I'm Mr. South Africa with the data problems. But I am working on growing Twitch as a platform because it's fucking revolutionary, and I do know creatives who could benefit from this, and even Discord. Like, do you understand that the people who have access to this don't untapped into it? It's still a groundbreaking phenomena over here.
It's still,
you know
hold
what
on.
I mean?
People aren't tapped into
So
it here though. Like, I don't want to like misrepresent it. Like, my local scene's tapped into this shit, bro. They're like still learning what live means. They don't know what Discord is. I live in a tech city too, my dude. So I think we face some challenges there. And I mean, whatever problems you face, whatever. That's logistics. We work around whatever, and time is long. But it's more like that's where we're at. Like, there's just, I literally have been trying to get people to like get excited about Twitch for the entire time I'm on it, and it never worked. I never succeeded to convince a lot. I convinced a couple of people to dibble and dabble. I convinced nobody to get excited. So I'm like, damn, eh?
well, but you're the one who has to be excited.
Yeah, I'm not
about
excited.
It. That's the part of the story though, because some people need to see it to believe it, and some people believe it when they see it, you know.
So that's why I'm doing all this, like, and I'm gonna keep doing it. Then whatever, I don't stop, and then I try to find more and more ways to like run it. But yo, when you try to get the community side, is whoa. I think there's no place that's not like Atlanta that is facing, like, we're all facing the same shit. It's so interesting. I've talked to people in cities all over now, all over the states, places where you would think like it's popping. Nah, it's like everyone's got the same fucking feeling when they start talking about their local environment. And I'm like, yo, that's crazy. The whole, like, you have the same problems is more like where my brain's at. I'm like, this man's is in South Africa describing shit that Montreal rappers complain about. What that's in the crazy, fuck, eh? And it's the same thing with like other cities, man. I don't want to go too far with American cities, but a bunch of American cities, Toronto, small town Ontario, like, it's the same shit around the world in 2021. And I'm like, huh? That's weird.
That's strange.
Because we all fantasize about how everyone else is doing better, and I'm like, nope, everywhere is the same. A couple people doing really well, and everyone else is whining about it. And I'm like, huh, that's funny.
Yeah, but I'm supposing what the power is in the doing and overcoming.
Yeah, big facts. And I think,
because as I said, I know guys who rap better than me, freestyle better than me, who's more swaggy than me. I can keep it going, and I'm sure you can as well. But are they doing what you're doing now? And maybe that is the difference, and finding the consistency and persistence in what we do and love.
I'm also really okay with saying I'm not the best.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that. Not everyone's okay with that.
No, but you're the best at doing what you're doing your way. Man, because
I don't need to be the best at anything. I just need to be getting better over time. I don't want to be the best now. Being the best now sounds like I peaked and then it's going to get worse from time. I don't think I'm the best. I think I'm on my way.
What are you trying to say about DJ Khaled?
I think DJ Khaled is...
No, man, I'm not real. That's not a real
No,
question,
on
man.
an honest front, though, I think that guy
Yeah.
is one of the few that can drop some shit like that and justify it, because we all like forget about the 15 years he put in beforehand.
Very, very good observation.
And when you really think about it, I bet a lot of us have good memories to DJ Khaled songs. So that guy, who had bad memories to DJ Khaled songs? Like, you don't... They're just always in environments where maybe you meet a girl, maybe they're always like that. They're always in those environments. I think he tapped into some shit that musicians make fun of, but really he understands deeper than a lot of people. People undersell his value. He the best.
No, 1,000%. No, that's the only reason I brought it, but I fucks with him, and I think he's a very smart man.
That's fair, Ismail. Not literally everyone has memories. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, Ismail. Bro,
like...
what was I gonna say, bro? Like, one thing I am super excited about. Remember that dictum I told you that I not conjured up, but creative black excellence, like as a South African, whatever. I'm just super excited for like the visuals I'll put out, because it's more about just tapping into just doing it now. You have the knowledge. I keep like just not overthinking and allowing it to be, because I'm realizing that's my biggest hurdle, which is why I even came on Twitch and just freestyle. Is a part of me just needs to express what I feel and how I think, but artistically, the music, it has to be right, it has to be this. I'm trying to lose that. So I am super excited for what I will present. That's one thing I've also took away from you with your freestyle mixtapes and your projects is, dude, just fucking do it. Put it out. And see
that's what famous people told me. I talked to Mickey Fax, who's relatively famous.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
You spoke with Mickey. That's sick.
And he was like, bro, we just put shit out. At first, I was like, fuck that. But my publicist was like, fuck you. We're just going to keep doing it. And he's one of the first guys to popularize in the modern era weekly releases. And you start looking at people and you realize, what are you hoarding this music for? Bro. But like, what are we hoarding this music for? Who are we hoarding it for? This imaginary audience that's going to one day show up for us. And then it's like, that's so weird. I don't know who invented that shit, but that seems like what famous people with corporate machine, $4.5 million to get your song on the radio in the States or some shit like that, right? Like, bro, I don't have that money. What am I competing with that? And it's like I started like having some reality checks. It's like, what can I afford? What can I really do? You know what I can do? I can throw local events and leverage my reputation into a position where over time I turn that into a profitable enterprise. Yeah, I can do that. I can set realistic goals that could flip into some of those bigger endeavors. But right now, man, if I can just prove I can rap, who knows? Maybe I'll get ghostwriter opportunities and shit, you know? And then if you prove you can do it fast, that's impressive to people. I think that's more impressive that you can do it fast than if you can do it perfect, just in my little anecdotal evidence.
Okay, well, I've got that drive to keep freestyling now, because I know I've been trying to diversify the content I'm doing, but now I'm more inspired, because, you know, as an improv artist, you kind of have to have the feel to create. So more of release and being fluid with it, because you're not holding it back for no one.
And it's like, if you have people there, just fuck with and work with what you have, you know, like. And then, like, I don't know, I seen that freestyling's big on Twitch. Not, like, super big, but, like, I seen some people pull 3-figure numbers consistent, getting donations and subs. Like, these people is actually making money freestyling on Twitch. And I'm like, oh, that's a whole economic vibe that exists. And it's like, there's so many ways to, like, flip it. And even in a live environment, you could go, like, set up events where it's, like, tools in a kit, right? But, like, there's so much value in, like, non-permanent content. I don't know how else to put it, but, like, people are so focused on, like, canonical content, the shit that lasts forever, but you forget about the instances and the moments. And so it's like, I don't know how to blend all this. I'm still, like, learning. Ismail says it's hard to find rappers who freestyle on Twitch. Fair enough. So that means there's a hole in the market if Ismail is saying that. So, if Ismail's in, I'm certain there's like 50 to 1,000 Ismails right now trying to find other freestylers and shit and just aren't finding what they're looking for. So it's like,
Put some respect on that man. Ismail I respect that guy, man. The research, how in depth he goes on with his shit. There's an admirable traits to what he does and his composing of playlists. I think that's fine.
bro,
man.
you said early on, my dad is like an Ismail, and bro, that's it. That's a lexicon. I'm gonna make a freestyle
that's
song.
such a good point.
I'm gonna make a freestyle song at some point called "Like a Ismail." And we're gonna define what that fucking means.
Well, what's nice is that Ismail rhymes with freestyle, so you already, you got some.
I don't know if I'm gonna do that one. We have to think a little more ethereal with that, or better yet, I have to not think about it.
No, my dude, this has been so fucking dope, bro. Like,
yeah, I
learned so much. I'm going to save this, bro, and just have it because, bro, I feel like there was a lot of gems dropped. Maybe I wasn't receptive to some of it because I was overwhelmed by prior info.
Man. I wouldn't even worry about that. This was good for everybody. I enjoyed this a lot. I mean, I'm like, maybe we should wrap it up because I'm fucking hungry and it's like fucking.
Me too.
I'm like, yeah, it's like fine. It's almost 4 hours now. But yeah, this is really blessed.
Thank you so much, my chief.
And yeah, thank all of you who watched this. That number stayed pretty high this whole fucking time. So that's a testament to like you being in trust. It's you, not me. I'm only like interesting if the guest is interesting, and that's the facts of this motherfucking situation. And so yeah, thank y'all for watching though, cause it's yo like when you check the video, you're gonna see all the comments coming and see I'm not full of shit too. So it's like mad bless, and it's just like a whole vibe, right? Like just to see people paying attention and shit. And also thanks to the people in the future watching this. Y'all can like, comment, subscribe, all that basic YouTube shit and whatever. It'll also be on all the podcast networks and the Spotify's. I never plug that, but technically it's all there too. It's on your favorite podcast, blah blah blahs. Anyway, special thanks to the patrons: Ismail Ganassi, Chris Power, Jonathan Barnes, EJ Black, Hurricane, Linda Williams, Scribble Dope. Support what we do. Patreon.com/Behind That Suit. And if you're on Twitch and you have Amazon Prime or whatever, and you want to help me get more emotes, because we're so close to getting more emotes, you can subscribe, and that would be so beautiful of y'all. Anyway, on that note, we are going to start the raid because that's the most important fun part of Twitch is the raid bullshit. Really, it's my favorite part. That's how like Ismail's forcing people to like become friends. He's using the guide the raid feature to like force us all to talk to each other. He's being a little engineer of a community that he wants to see happen. So yo, live long and prosper, everyone. Links of MX is in the description, all that good shit, and bye bye.